Welcome to Nimmin Live, the #1 place on the internet to learn about YouTube, network with other content creators, and have an awesome time doing it. My name is Nick, and today we are answering your YouTube questions. And if you are watching this on the replay, I do want to let you know that we put timestamps down into the description down below so that you can quickly jump to whatever part of the stream that you are curious about.
Off to a
there
great
we
start.
go. And if you are watching this on the replay, you know, we have them down there. You can also find them, the timestamps down at the bottom of the video player as well. So you can quickly jump to wherever it is that you want to go into the stream. But if you are joining us here live, if this is your first time here, I want to let you know that we do have a form down in the description and pinned at the very top of the chat where you can put your questions and we will get them answered on the stream today. We're also looking at YouTube channels as well. So if you need feedback on something, you can go ahead and add them there. And if you are watching this somewhere that is not YouTube, then you can go to nicknimmin.com/ask and it will redirect you to that same exact form. And when I say that we are answering your YouTube questions and looking at your channels, I mean myself and my brother from the same mother, D. D, what's happening?
How was your week, little brother?
Good, good.
Yeah? How was your week? Big brothers, big sisters, little
Right.
sisters.
Yep.
Mothers, fathers, sons, little ones running around. How was your week? Hope you had a great week. Hope you hit some milestones.
Yep.
Hope you did all
Yeah, hope everybody's had an awesome, awesome week. Jerry, what's going on? Hope you're doing great. Doug, what's going on? Silver Fox, nice to see you in here. Ed, Flash in your pan, what's going on? Hope you're doing great. Yep. Brent, nice to see you here as well. Stitch is gonna stitch. Hope that you're doing great.
I love when they
Shark Scrapper, what's happening? Monique, nice to see you in here as well. Larry, what's going on? Kathy Fit, and everybody else. Hope that you're doing great. First super chat of the day. Build and fix with Mooney. Thank you for the super chat. My man says, Nick, your latest video is spot on and so valuable even after 3 years. Thank you. The clickbait is real with YouTube coaches. Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is.
Is it Easter? Somebody said Happy Easter.
Is it Easter?
Yeah.
And that came from, hold on, when is Easter 2026?
It says, I hope you two are grand.
Yeah, it is. Easter's tomorrow.
Easter's tomorrow.
Wow. Well, hey, happy Easter, everybody.
Happy Easter Sunday.
If you celebrate Easter, happy Easter weekend, you know, for that.
Can I tell you what I'm going to be doing tomorrow? I'm going to be watching the
rabbit hunting.
After I finish rabbit hunting.
Okay.
After I finish gorging myself on Cadbury eggs and eating marshmallow peeps.
Okay.
I'm going to go
that you have neither of. Go ahead.
So you think.
I actually looked at Rimping because I saw something that it was, you know, Easter was coming.
Yeah, they didn't have
Last year they had Cadbury eggs. This year they don't.
Losers. I'm going to go to IMAX alone, and I'm going to watch Project.
Like a winner.
I'm going to go to IMAX and watch Project Hail Mary for the second time.
Nice.
That's what I'm going to do.
Nice. Love it. Did you see Project Hail Mary? Anybody here see Project Hail Mary?
Yeah.
Awesome. Super fun movie.
Yep.
Yeah. Good times.
Amaze.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was good.
Statement.
Yep. That was good.
Give us the thumbs down. Yeah, I love the movie. I absolutely loved it. And it's one of those movies that the more I think about it, the more videos I see behind the scenes, like the more I'm looking forward to going back to seeing it again.
Nice.
Yeah. Love it. All right. Let's get into some YouTube stuff.
Yeah. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and start with.
YouTube creator news starts now.
Is YouTube has comments to heart. This lets you add hearts to all of your comments at once in the YouTube Studio mobile. So with this feature, what it's doing is it's basically making it to where normally when you are going through your comment section, you would hit heart after heart as you read the comments. But now they're making it to where content creators don't even need to read the comments anymore. I'm going to be honest with you. When it comes to this, it seems kind of counterintuitive.
Hold on. It's like a mass hearting?
Yes.
What's the point?
Right. Yeah. So basically, the whole thing is that, you know, if you get a bunch of comments, the way that it's being framed is that if you have a bunch of comments, like if you have a high volume channel, you're getting lots of comments on all your videos and stuff, it makes it where you don't have to go in there and manually do it. So the whole thing here is that it just makes it easy for you to hit the one and then it hearts everything. So, you know, some creators don't want to answer comments, but, you know, I actually had a conversation, we'll call it, with somebody on Reddit about this. And, you know,
what is the point?
Right. Yeah. My perspective on this is like, if you are, you know, a content creator and you're using features like that.
This is setting a bad tone for me right out of
yeah.
the gate.
It's like if you're a content creator and you're using features like that, I mean, it's up to you, right? Everybody has their thing. So, you know, I guess we shouldn't judge, but you know, the whole thing when it comes to comments, in my opinion, is, you know, I think people should, you know, get the hearts. They should get, you know, replies when, you know, when a reply is needed. And I think that that particular part, I mean, I guess content creators that care about the comments are still going to go and answer comments, right? But for the ones that don't, this just makes it easier for them to do it. So I get it. And viewers don't really know that this is going on. So they'll be like, sweet.
But it's an all or nothing heart.
It basically hearts everything.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're hearting bad comments. You are now going to reward crappy comments.
Yeah,
you're going to
not paying attention.
You're going to reward the trolls. You're going to reward people who are fighting with others.
Yep. 100%.
And cheer on bad behavior in your comments.
Yep.
If you use this feature.
Yep. Yeah. Who here, just out of curiosity, who here likes comments on your videos?
Hearts
if
them.
you're here and you like comments on your videos and you like to answer comments and you heart comments, and as you're going through your comment section, you know, you're hearting, you know, the comments as you go. If that's you, just let us know. I'm just curious here and see if, you know, maybe, you know, this is something that people, you know, want. Maybe, you know, we're just biased.
I have a theory that there's an office room somewhere in YouTube, and we can all ask Rene Ritchie when he comes in, and he'll come in. We can ask him if this really exists, because my theory is that there is an office, and once a week they meet in that office at a given time, a particular time, and they think, what can we do to either confuse creators or upset them or add features that literally no one has ever asked for, or features that we're not going to fully think through in any way, shape, or form, and could possibly strip the humanity out of our platform.
Right.
Once a week.
This right here. So my Delilah says that comments are the reason that I make videos. That was the conversation that I had on Reddit. Is basically I said, you know, some people, they just mass produce content. They're not paying attention, right? It's not a big deal for them. But I said some people, they make content just for that interaction. So I mean, with that said, I mean, to be fair, you know, we're probably making a big deal out of this, but to be fair, you know, like if you want to engage in the comments, you can still engage in the comments, right? You can still do it manually. They just have that option there so that it simulates the content creator reading the comments.
No, I'll tell you exactly what
for people that don't care about comments, right? So that's more of what it is.
Right, but that by default is rewarding the bad behavior.
Right. It is.
Like I get it if you're trying to make a tool that you're making it easier for creators to respond or engage with your audience. I get that. But an all or nothing with no filters, I think that is absolutely terrible. Yeah, I get it. People are busy. Some people can't manage their comments, and that's fine. And those of you who do want to go into your comments and manually knock yourself out, I do it when I can. But just like here, I'm going to heart everybody. Like that's just, I think that's the most useless.
It also devalues the heart.
100% it devalues the heart.
Yeah.
And as soon as word gets out that you can just go in and heart everything, then you might as well just remove the heart.
Right.
Because you've completely devalued the heart to where it's completely meaningless. Instead of, I read your comment and I acknowledged it by hearting you. Don't you? You're not direct. This is not a direct.
No, this is the D-dumps on YouTube.
Listen,
we got a whole sound effect for this one.
Listen,
yeah,
I know I'm not in the wrong here. You know, just like my Delilah says, you know, comments are the reason I make videos.
Yeah.
Read them, heart them. If you're going to give us the heart filter, at least give us or an all or nothing. Put a filter on there that says like exclude negative wording or something like something.
Well, if it's a responsible creator. If it's a responsible creator, they're already using their blocked words and like all that stuff to kind of limit those things in the first place.
Here's the other thing.
But all right, go.
No, come on. This
go.
is YouTube. Don't give me the look.
Yeah.
We are having, listen, they're
I feel like the mountain we're making out of this molehill is
they are backing me up.
Move over Mount Everest. Here we come.
I am not alone on this one. They are backing me up in the chat. So I am vindicated as I stand here with my complaints towards the all or nothing heart.
All right, go.
I just completely lost where I was going to go. No, what they're doing is they are training new generations of creators. They are training people to take the easy way out. This is the exact same thing where it's like, we don't want low quality AI content, but here's our tools to use to make mass produce low quality AI content.
Towards our viewers.
And as if that's not enough, here are updates to our low quality AI making machine.
Oh, we got some of that too. We're not done with the news.
I feel like we are in a Dr. Seuss it's not a movie, but a cartoon. We're in a Dr. Seuss cartoon.
Cartoon.
Right.
That's I guess unless it's The Grinch, because that's a movie.
It could be.
So we're gonna get technical on this, I guess. But hey,
Anyway.
so the next thing, as we kind of lower, the
You guys stand with me on
mountain,
this one.
the mountain on that one, we've got
High fives, everybody.
we got
You're with me on this one.
we have gifts and jewels in more markets. So we have Indonesia.
Oh, come on.
So we have
I'm kidding.
So we have Indonesia. So if you're in Indonesia, now you can use gifts, you can receive gifts and jewels, and you can, send them also. Thailand, shout out to, the Thai people. Australia and New Zealand are the ones on the list for that one. The next thing is that YouTube has their effects maker where you can publish effects directly to YouTube. For this, you can use this to transform things that happen in your videos. So just to give you kind of a demo on this. So for this, if you want to play with it yourself, you can go to effects.youtube.com. And with this, you can see here, you can do things like this in the effects template. So I'm just going to play
that's
it.
some quality stuff right there. Look
Yep.
at that.
Yeah, this is high quality content for YouTube
Wow.
right here. And you know what's funny about this?
That's
If you
so
were to,
amazing.
if you started a channel with something like
They
that,
would delete
yeah,
you.
they wouldn't let you monetize it probably.
They would
Yeah.
terminate. They would either one deny monetization or they
Right.
would terminate your account.
Right. But these types of things, because it's super important to make sure that you have super rosy cheeks, that definitely should be a priority over mobile tagging, I think, on YouTube. But hey, turning yourself into claymation, it's a good one. But anyway, for those YouTube updates, we have that. But again, you can try that for yourself just to see, what's all there. Because some people will do those types of things just for fun, like when they're making shorts, adding these little types of things. But as a part of this, though, you can add objects and that type of thing to it. You can transform an existing short using reference photos and a prompt in order to do that. So it is opening you up for flexibility
know
using
what?
the AI tools and that sort of thing.
I'm sitting here looking at this today, and I'm thinking, what would just make my day here on YouTube is if I could get a David Matney broccoli cartoon.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
If I could see somebody try to sell me houses in Omaha, Nebraska
Yep.
as a broccoli,
Yep.
I think that would just, a head of broccoli, a talking head of broccoli.
Look, man, I'm going to be honest. I mean, that'd probably grab my attention. A talking head of broccoli trying to sell me something. I mean,
Who am
it's
I?
unique, right? It's
Yeah.
unique. Yeah.
But how
So,
many
not
heads
sure.
of broccoli are you going to listen to before you're like,
I don't
what,
know.
this is getting kinda
It
old?
depends on, how good those heads of broccoli are, I guess.
True. I mean, at least they're not like a chili pepper or something like that. It could be worse. Or an ear of corn.
Yeah.
Which would be more appropriate probably for Nebraska.
Yeah, probably.
David, get
Yep,
on it.
Yep. We need the David Matney ear of corn.
Yeah.
So next up, we have, if you are, that's like the real news, but there is one other thing that I do want to let you know about, and that is actually two things. One, they are working on a station feature, which is pretty cool for artists, but that's something that they are going to be rolling out. It's not rolling out right now, so we'll talk about that one later. But another thing that I do want to let you know about, because I know a lot of you are currently using YouTube Shopping, either in your main videos or you're using it in the short shelf. And because of that, I think it's important to let you know, just in case you haven't seen this yet, on the Creator Insiders YouTube channel, they have a new series called Workshopped. Shop is is kind of the play on words there. But basically with this series, they talk about all things related to YouTube shopping. And you can find that again on the Creator Insider YouTube channel. So if you are wanting just to get more insights from creators using it, tips, tricks, things like that about YouTube shopping, then that might be something that you want to tune into there. And again, it's called Workshopped over on the Creator Insiders YouTube channel. And with that, we're going to change the sign today. I forgot to change the sign. But with that, we're just going to go ahead and say, also, this stream is brought to you by, and I'm going to have to update my thing here on the back end. This stream is brought to you by Opus Clip. Opus Clip is a clipping tool that allows you to take your long form content and turn it into clips that you can use across social media. You can try that for yourself at opusclip.com, or you can go to Try Opus Now if you want to hook me up with an affiliate commission. And yeah, that's it for the news.
What kind of world are we creating for ourselves on YouTube?
What do you mean?
We're just, I just feel like we are drifting away from just people making good videos. Like, here's a camera.
People are still making good videos. They're making plenty of good
I know,
videos.
but it's like the more garbage they give us, It's just like, what are you doing?
So here's what I think's going on is I think that they have the
What are we doing?
I think that we have the main
Birds' heads are falling off.
we have real YouTube, which is where content creators like everybody here people are making real content. They're trying to do like real stuff. And then we also have the general public, civilians that are making content. And with them, because they're making content, it gives YouTube more stuff to advertise on, right? So if they can do all these stupid little tools for them,
watching it, you got to give views like.
But if you think about it from like an impression standpoint, because there's a finite amount of impressions on YouTube, there's a really good chance that they're probably making money because these channels aren't getting monetized, but YouTube is probably still showing ads on them. So because of that, for every civilian that's out there making content on all these, stupid things, for every view that they are able to show an ad after, then that gives people, or that gives YouTube the opportunity to also make money from, the general public not trying to get monetized on YouTube. Versus when everybody here, not everybody, but when, people that are monetized here make something, then, then YouTube has to share a cut of that revenue. But they don't have to do that, if the general public that doesn't even care about getting monetized on YouTube is doing these types of things.
We're not going to be able to afford hard drives soon,
right?
So people like David Matney can make broccoli videos,
right,
and sell houses.
He's coming after you, David. He's coming after you today.
I love you, David.
But yeah, so there's that. So I think that, so I think that because of that. And Jerry says there isn't a finite amount of impressions. I mean, there is, right? Like, every single day, there's only so many people going on YouTube. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a ton of people. But, at scale, a certain percentage of those people are going to be getting introduced this, like, garbage stuff that they're making possible. And, all the AI content's flooding the platform and all that stuff. And that's taking, share away from, what I call real, content creators that are here trying to do something, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like all of these little tools, I feel like scaled over time is going to strip away and get in the way of people who are actually trying to make just good old fashioned content.
Yeah, good old fashioned.
That's my thought. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Yep. All right.
Hard drives are dang expensive. They are. Yeah,
they are.
They're extra expensive over here where we're at. 'Cause they have here's the funny thing: we live in Thailand. I think Seagate makes their drives here, and
Western Digital.
Western Digital.
Yeah, they do too.
But you can't just go there and buy them at wholesale cost.
Yeah.
They export them out of the country,
And then you have to pay import on
and
them.
then they bring them. They send them out of the country. They make them here. They export them out of the country and then turn around and import them back into the country with a really steep import tax that we have to pay. So we pay, I'm going to know, 20, 25%, 35% more for a hard drive. That's manufactured here.
Yep.
What are we doing?
That's how it is.
What are we doing?
How it is.
Man, do we have any YouTube questions at least?
So we do.
Okay.
So just as a quick reminder, if this is your first time here, we are answering YouTube questions, looking at channels, giving you feedback on thumbnails, whatever it is that you need. The only thing we don't do here during the stream is we don't watch videos, but we look at thumbnails, titles, look at channels, answer questions, all that stuff. So if you have a question about anything it is that you're doing on YouTube, you can go to nickniman.com/ask if you're watching from somewhere that's not YouTube, or you can put your question right here into the chat. You can see that there is a pinned comment from me down at the bottom of the chat. Depending on your view, it might be at the top. If you click that, it'll take you directly to the form. So did you just see the confetti when Mira came in?
No, I don't get any of that.
Man,
No.
wild. I wonder if it's I wonder if I set that up after I exported that information, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yep. All right. So let's get into it then. So the very first question is from Abroad in SG. Abroad in SG uploads when they have time. They've been on YouTube for 1 year or more. They do vlog content. The goal of the channel is to have fun. And the question is, hey, Nick, hope, long time no talk. Quick question. Do you have any advice on how to turn a boring day, Easter Sunday, into a story that makes people watch? Try to do something. in your vlog. So there's the vlogs where you're just, where you're just taking people on your, like, hey, this is where I'm going, follow me along. Or this is my thoughts on this and, that sort of thing. But if you think about the viewer and trying to entertain them in some way and trying to create a reason that they should be interested in the content, something you're trying to accomplish in a certain amount of time. Since it's Easter, maybe you're trying to do, something, visit family members, whatever. And there's this one family member there that, whatever. So you're going to see if you can make it through it without them being,
the
the
crazy uncle's
uncle
coming over.
Right.
And you're trying to avoid the crazy uncle.
But stuff like that, right? To where you try to, just make it more interesting and give people a reason to watch through, some type of challenge, something you're trying to accomplish, something where there's stakes involved, right? Not food stakes, but like stakes, right? Like something is at stake, right? Like something, it's going to cost you something if you don't accomplish that thing, or if your drunk uncle doesn't come. Right. So that's the thing. And really quick, Mir says confetti. I threw confetti. No, I have this thing where basically I have it to where I have it turned on to where when people come into the chat, I have it to where when some people come in, like confetti falls down from the screen just to let me know that people have come in. So let's see here. So next up we have.
Yeah, like maybe you took the kids out somewhere for Easter and you forgot one behind at the park and you didn't realize till you got home, and like this whole drama ensues of like you have to go back and get the kid.
And the stakes are you're going to lose your kid if you don't get back there and get him in time.
Right.
Yeah.
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 And your uncle's talking about calling Child Protective Services.
Right.
Yeah.
Little side story
Drama, side story.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go back and get the kid who's not there.
Yeah.
So then it's like this huge hunt for the kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So next up, we have Silver Fox Forest Designs. What's going on? Hope you're doing great. They upload one time per week or more, been on YouTube for 1 year or more. They do art and drawing inspiration and ideas to get creative. The goal of the channel is to make money. And the question is it true that you should remove the subscribers notification option when uploading shorts? This is to ensure the shorts get seen by a bigger audience first instead of being seen by your subs first. I heard this recently and would love to know your thoughts on it. So when you click that button, it doesn't do anything for who gets recommended your content. So what that's for is that is for notification. So YouTube has a notification system on the back end. So how that works is people, when they subscribe to your YouTube channel, they have the option to where they can subscribe for all. And when they subscribe for all, then they can, if they have notifications turned on, then they have that option to where they will get notified either on their computer, their mobile device, whatever, just whatever it is that they can receive notifications on. Now, the thing that button does is it turns that off. So that if they're, if somebody, doesn't get the notification on their, in their YouTube app or whatever that you uploaded it. However, when you log into, when somebody logs into YouTube or they open up YouTube or they go into the shorts feed and they're sitting there just flipping through shorts, if you publish a short and they're a subscriber of your channel and they are sending YouTube all the signals that tells them that they're into your content, then YouTube is going to show your short to those people regardless of that checkbox. So that checkbox is just for notifications only, and it does not, on long form content, it doesn't impact, your video showing up anywhere on YouTube either. It's just for the notifications that are going out. And when it comes to shorts, it's the same exact thing. So people, yep, it worked. People will do, that myth, I should say, is going around YouTube, and I'm not sure where it started, probably with a YouTube help channel. But in reality, I think I can actually narrow it down to a couple, but in reality, that doesn't work like a lot of people think that it works. So just as a heads up there to just be careful, when it comes to those types of things, because the way that YouTube is set up is like you play within their system when you're publishing videos. And in terms of getting around their system, that they just don't have the options in place, for that. So yeah. So don't worry about that button and don't take that. And you did hear it on YouTube help channels. Yeah. So just be careful there when it comes to that information.
Chatty Cathy wants to know, is there still only 3 notifications in a 24-hour period?
As far as I know, yes. So unless they've changed that, the answer is yes.
I haven't
and that's
seen
what
anything
that,
on that.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
So when it comes to that, the real reason for that notification box to where you turn that off is, let's say you're a channel that uploads a lot of content And, because there's some channels that upload, 5 videos a day, 10 videos a day in extreme cases. So if you're a channel like that where you're uploading, let's say 4, right? Let's just go crazy and say it's 4. So if you are uploading 4 videos a day, then in that case, you would say, okay, I want people to get notifications on these, but this one here, it's okay. I don't want to send out notifications for this one. Instead, we'll just let this one just go ahead and run in the recommendation system without those notifications going out. So that's what that button is for channels that are publishing a lot.
Let it ride.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we should call those YouTube Hurt channels instead of YouTube Help channels.
Yeah. Listen, there are some amazing YouTube Help channels out there.
Yeah.
Some amazing, truly amazing. And there are some really bad ones. Really bad ones. And there's some really big, really bad ones.
Yeah.
Out there.
Yep.
I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus.
I will.
But
let's see here. So there's a video here on this channel. Actually, you know what? I'll wait. I'll screenshot all this because I'm going to DMCA him. But yeah, so
that one.
Yeah, so there's a channel, a YouTube Help channel that has 38,000 subscribers on it. That's literally just stealing scripts and just saying, like, stealing my scripts and other people, and just literally just reading their scripts out. It's wild.
Yeah, so that's the one. They're giving some bad advice too. Some of them, yeah, I saw that.
Let's see here. So next up on the list,
it's always the youngins.
It is. So Stitch is Gonna Stitch is the next channel here. They upload 1 time per week or more. Been on YouTube for 1 year or more. They do crochet and knitting opinions and commentary.
That's what they tell people they do.
The goal of the channel, yeah, it's like the cleaner,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
yeah. It's like, oh, really? Yeah, but they're like an assassin for real.
Yeah, yeah. We know. We know.
So let's see here. The goal of the channel is to be a full-time content creator. And the question is, this may be dumb, but how are the pinned polls created during a live stream? I have StreamYard, but maybe need a bigger plan, or there's another place to post them. Yeah, when you're creating the polls during the live streams, you need to do that with YouTube. So
in a browser.
Yes.
Now, right. You're looking at StreamYard in a browser. You need to actually open up your live stream.
Yes.
In a browser. Separate. There you have the StreamYard interface, and you need to open up another tab that has your actual YouTube live stream and chat.
Yeah. Yeah, so just to show you here, Kathy, let me turn this screen off, and I'm just going to show you my screen here and just kind of show you how I set this up. Now, keep in mind, I have multiple screens, but you could technically do the same exact thing on a single screen.
Yeah, I see you.
We will just go here, entire screen.
Are you going to share something?
Share, and then bam. So we're going to get this like tunneling effect here. But you can see in this setup, you can see that over here on the right-hand side, I have YouTube live chat, so I can see what's going on over here. And then over here, I have the StreamYard live chat. So if I need to, pin a comment or anything like that, I can do that. And then, the other StreamYard features here. So by having it set up this way, this allows me to make sure that when I'm live streaming that I... just in case, something doesn't come through here or anything like that, it just gives me kind of like a backup. And another thing that I found helpful with this workflow is that sometimes I will, like, for example, if I pin a chat up here, like let's say, for example, I pin Melinda, then in that case, I can still read the current chat over here on this side, so I can see anything that's happening right now. But then this chat here isn't moving, and then I can just keep it there, and then I can, unpin Melinda there, and then I can just scroll down, see if there was anything else that I wanted to pin, or just drop it all the way down to the bottom. So that's kind of the way that I do it. So you can do it this way. There's other ways that you can do it too. Is they have this feature inside of Chrome. And I'm not sure if you can see it up here, but you have here the Add tab to split view. So Chrome has a built-in feature that also allows you to be able to split your browser window into 2. And you can do this just on like one window if you want to. And you could have StreamYard on one side and YouTube on the other side if you wanted to, and you can adjust the window size, stuff like that. But really, because YouTube has the pop-out chat, it just makes that side of things really, really easy to set that up.
I have a challenge for you. With your vibe coding. Okay. Figure out an algorithm that will allow you to screen share without going into a stream.
Oh, a tunnel?
Without going into a tunnel. I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah, so it would have to be something that would block the stream as you're going into the tunnel on whatever's... Oh, no, it still wouldn't work. It would have to cover it. It would have to cover it completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, you could put something branded there. You could use it as an ad. Right. So it covers that window. Yeah. So then that way, when you screen share, it would cover the window that's in the thing. So you would just have to isolate the DOM for that video.
I don't. You
and
don't
then have
need
it covered
you
there.
Don't, you don't need to tell me how you do it. I just do it.
All right.
Just get it. Get on it.
Get it done.
Yeah.
Get it done.
Get on it.
Yeah. So next up on our list here, we have, let's see here. Okay, we got Stitch is Gonna Stitch. And really quick, Atamai Production says, is StreamYard just for lives? So it's made for live streaming, but you can also record videos with it too. So we actually use it in a few different ways. So you can live stream with it. You can record directly into it without going live. You just hit a record button, and then you go through that way. And then in addition to that, I also use it, and Dee uses it this way too, as a monitor. So because all of our cameras are hooked up to our computers, you like if I'm at home and I'm getting ready to record a video, I'll turn on StreamYard, and then inside of StreamYard, I have things like this, where I have like the rule of thirds. So then I go in there and I just make sure that, that I'm in the right place and all that stuff. And then I also have, if I'm doing shorts, then I'll put myself here. And then that also helps me if I'm doing talking head videos to make sure that I'm positioned right there. And it also reminds me to smile and to get to the point, which I think I'm not doing right now. And then that allows, me to put those overlays in there just to make sure I'm in the right place and all of that. And you can also do the same thing if you're recording vertical content, where you just do it in a more basic way like this, and then just puts those rails, make sure that you're in the space. But when it comes to things like this, you can get stuff like this, online, but it usually just comes in the 9:16 aspect ratio. So instead, you want to make sure that you hop into Canva or Photoshop or Tube Spanner or something like that, and that you add the extra space on the sides if you're going to use it in that way.
But wait, there's more. StreamYard also has webinars. StreamYard also works like Zoom. So you can give people, you can send people a link. Everybody gets the same link, and you can have private calls, or you can publish those calls, and you can do them in a live stream. You can have, I think, up to 12 people or whatever it's up to now.
Yeah, I think it's 12. It's 10 or 12. Yeah.
I use this probably more than anything. Just talking to people, like a video call. You just send them a link. Nothing goes up to YouTube. It's all private.
Yep.
And nothing's recorded unless you choose to record it, which you can do, and you can use it that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, they also have a clipping feature now, which I have not used. I will say this: if you are looking for something only to record your videos, you could do that for free using something like OBS or even Meld Studio, and probably get a much higher quality.
Yeah, because you can control the quality.
Because you can control the quality.
Yeah, when you record into StreamYard and you're recording videos, StreamYard compresses them a little bit, so you lose a little bit of quality, and that happens on the audio side and on the video side. So like Dee's talking about, like if you use something like OBS or Meld, then it allows you to control everything about the signal. So you can make sure that your audio is high quality. You can make sure that the video is coming through at like the highest bit rate and all that, as long as your computer can handle it. And you can record at whatever size you want, whatever format you want. So there's a lot of flexibility when when you're using other services like that for recording.
Yeah. So here, I'll say one thing about StreamYard. Not sponsored. Not anymore.
Yep.
It's a great catch-all service. So if you're looking for one thing that does a bunch of things relatively well, it's great for that. But if you're just like, I only want to live stream, or I only want to do this, or I only want to do that, there might be better options. Unless you're new to live streaming, and in that case, StreamYard is, I think, really good.
I agree. Yeah, the only problem that I've had with StreamYard, and this has happened recently,
sync issues,
is sync problems. Yeah,
with the audio.
And the downside of that is because I use Opus Clip to clip these live streams up and put them on a different channel. And what happens is when that sync isn't right inside of StreamYard, then when we are clipping them, then that sync still isn't right. So then like all the way through that sync being off, it just kind of ripples through the whole process. So because of that, I hope they get that fixed up soon, so that we can keep using it.
David says the sync seems off now.
Yeah, it might be.
We've had this problem for several weeks now. Just a little bit off.
Yep.
You can try refreshing the browser.
Renee Ritchie has
Hey,
arrived.
Sue, good to see you.
Renee Ritchie in the house. What's up, dude? Says that one company bought StreamYard, Vimeo, Evernote, and AOL. Blows my 1990s and 2000 mind, right? All day. Yeah, they own a lot of those types of tools and stuff.
They bought AOL?
I didn't know about AOL, but I did know about Vimeo and Evernote. Yeah.
Wow. Renee, you missed our chat a little bit earlier. We were talking about you. We're talking about the new heart, the all or nothing heart feature.
D was doing his weekly dump on YouTube.
Yeah.
His, for
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
It's a pretty crazy addition that you guys are going to add over there. Not holding you personally responsible for it, but just saying that nobody in the chat.
He said, "What did I do wrong now?"
No. You are not held personally responsible, Renee.
Oh goodness.
Renee. You are the fighter inside
He is.
of Alphabet.
Yeah, he's like the creator mole in there. He's in there like, all right, okay, here's what's going on. In there, like, trying to get him to do the right stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
You are. If YouTube is a giant conglomerate of vampires, you are Blade. You are Wesley Snipes, and you are representing us.
Oh, D's on fire today.
No, we love you, Renee. Yeah, give you all the feedback.
Yep.
Okay, the all or
Here we
nothing
go.
heart thing is just terrible, and we'll tell you why. Because there's no filter on it, and the people who do want to go the lazy way, I'm just going to heart everybody. You're going to heart bad comments. You're going to heart trolls. You're going to heart negative comments, hateful comments, and that's going to reward bad behavior. So if you're going to have an all or nothing heart, there should be some sort of filters on it to where you can exclude certain types of comments.
It uses AI to look for negativity, stuff like that.
Yeah, because you don't want to reward. You don't want to heart bad people.
Trolls, that kind of stuff.
Hateful,
People hating on each other in the comments.
Right, because it's going to encourage it. Oh, they liked it. They liked it. Oh, I've been noticed. I'm going to keep coming in and saying this terrible thing because they keep noticing me.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just a bad cycle to start, man.
So just as a quick reminder, too, if you are just joining the stream, we're answering YouTube questions, looking at channels, thumbnails, titles, whatever you need there. All you have to do is put your question into the form that is pinned in the chat. It's also down in the video description, or you can go to nickniman.com/ask, and it will redirect you to that form. I'll put it right up here on the screen. You can see it right down over there. So you can go to that place if you are watching this on somewhere that's not YouTube, or if you're here on YouTube, you can go there, too, to get your question into the form.
Yes, Renee, we know you can still manually heart them, but we're talking. There will be a significant. There will be a lot of people who just go in. It's like heart. But Renee said it will give you.
It is the responsibility of the creator, though. Really, to be fair,
it will give you a group. Renee's saying. I'm going to put this on the screen. It will give you a group of similar comments to bulk heart if you want.
Oh, okay, nice.
Okay,
nice.
so
okay, we're heading in the right direction.
Okay,
then.
so that's information we didn't have.
Yep.
This is why you come in here, Renee.
Yep.
This is why you are never held personally responsible, because we know that you're going to come in with some nuggets that we didn't know. So if it's grouping comments that are similar, then hopefully it's not putting.
I think D needs a feedback form.
Those bad.
I think D needs a feedback.
Oh,
form.
I have direct feedback forms. I have phone numbers, which I've been blocked from. I don't know.
They're like, oh God, it's D again. Don't answer it.
Yeah. Just not receiving.
Yeah.
Thanks, Renee, for that little.
Yeah. They keep sending me messages like, dude, get your brother under control. He's trying to call us like all the time.
I feel better that they're going to group. So here's my problem, Renee. No.
Larry says, D, get D, get off of my lawn with your ball carts. Oh, I thought he was saying D, get off my lawn. Okay, never mind, miss. Yeah. All right, so the next question that we have is the Oni, or Theoni. I'm not sure how to say that. I don't know if it's the Oni or Theoni or Theon Y. Not sure. Or maybe Theoni. It could be that too.
And Renee, if you can ask Neil to kind of drop the restraining order, that would be great. Thanks.
The upload cadence here is to upload when they have time, but on YouTube for 1 year or more, they do gaming and Minecraft content. The goal of the channel is connect with others who like what they like. And the question is, how do I get more retention on my videos? So that's a really interesting question. So when it comes to getting retention on your videos, the first thing you have to do is think through the viewer experience when you're putting your videos together. When you're editing it, think through, okay, what about this, will be of interest to the people that are watching my videos? Because a lot of times as content creators, we'll make stuff and we'll put it into a video, even though it doesn't have any like real value or really add anything to the viewer. And we'll put it in there just for the sake of putting it in there. So first is just thinking through the viewer experience and the experience that somebody else is going to have, a stranger that doesn't know you, the experience that they're going to have when they are going through your content. That's step number one. Step number two is removing distractions. So a lot of times people will publish content and the audio will be bad, or it'll be hard to see what they're talking about, or whatever the thing is. And because of that, the distractions that are happening in the production of the video will cause people to leave the video instead of them being able to just come in and watch the video, without noticing those other things that are distracting them because they're up to par, right? So because of that, that's something. In addition to that, using story in your video can also be helpful in some cases. Making sure that you're not wasting the viewer's time in any way can also be helpful in videos. Making sure that when I was talking about the distracting things, I'm also talking about things like music and stuff like that. Sometimes you can put music in your videos, and based on the system that you're listening to it in, everything sounds nice and balanced. But then when it hits YouTube and it goes into phones and TVs and a bunch of different computers and audio systems and all of that, then you can later find out that the audio is really bad, the music's way too high, that type of thing.
The wrong type of music.
Yeah, the wrong type of music, for the audience that you're reaching, those types of things. And in addition to that, getting into the nitty gritty of, what your audience actually, cares about and what it is that they want from you. Those things are also really helpful when it comes to retention. And then, of course, at the beginning of the video, also making sure that you are matching the expectation of the viewer. So that's actually when they come in. Let me back up a little bit. So making sure that you're also packaging your videos properly is another thing that can also help you when it comes to watch time or retention in your video. Because if you package your video up in some sensational way and then people click on it and you're not able to deliver on what it is that you are, on the expectation that you've created from the outside, then people will abandon the video because of that too. But there's loads of stuff when it comes to reasons that people leave videos. But step number one, though, is really just when you're putting it together, just ask yourself as you're watching the video, like, is this something that I would stick around for?
Yeah,
right?
if when you're finished with the video, you render the video out and you sit down and you watch it back, if you can't sit through it, then you can't expect others to sit through it.
Yep.
And it's just a good rule of thumb to trim the fat. Mm-hmm. If there's anything that you can remove that won't change the message or the outcome of the video, consider removing it. Yeah. Myself included, I'm always going through and saying, okay, I don't really need this. I can cut this. I can cut out this entire 30-second part and nothing's going to change. Right. They're still going to be able to get from A to B. Mm-hmm. And to do that more than once, watch it back again. Okay, is there anything else I can cut out? Or alternatively, you can just, and he mentioned story, you can go down the rabbit hole and really learn how to become a good storyteller. You've probably seen, and it's really popular right now on YouTube, people just sit down, they set up their phone, and just one take. They can just sit down and just start talking to their camera and record a 20-minute video and just hold your attention for the full 20 minutes. Some people are really good at that. Yeah. Some people are naturally good at it. Some people are just great storytellers. Some people have to work on that skill. And if that's not you, that's something that you can learn. I'm terrible at that, but it's something you can learn.
Yeah. Consult a blind guy. What's going on? Hope you're doing great.
And if you can't do that, then you need to learn how to edit.
Six Shot, what's going on, dude? Hope you are doing fantastic. Nice to see you in here. Says make it a great day. Absolutely. It's all right. Better late than never. Shanna makes it. Nice to see you here. Hope you're doing awesome.
Yep.
So the next question here on the list, we did Theone already. So next up on the list here, we have Marianne Cresp. Marianne says they upload 1 time per week or more. They've been on YouTube for 1 year or more. The goal of the channel is to make money. And
here, really quick, was it Young E Range Rover who asked the question about retention?
Hold on. Yeah, we're like going all over the place here. Okay. Yeah, I think it was actually, maybe.
Okay. Because they'd respond, they said, I do edit.
Okay.
Keep editing. Mm-hmm. Keep editing. I edit too, but that doesn't mean I'm always editing correctly for my audience, right? There's how I think I want to edit, and then there's editing that keeps my audience interested. It's not easy, man. It's not easy, and it's something. Yeah, it's something that we all struggle with, regardless of where you're at on the platform, how long you've been doing it. And it can change from video to video. Some topics I need to edit faster because I know it's going to be for a younger audience. Sometimes I need to edit slower because I know I might be trying to target an older audience. Man, you just got to keep at it. There's no do this thing and it's going to fix it. It's a lot of trial and error and understanding your audience.
So back to this channel. Again, it's Marianne, and the goal of the channel is to make money, and the type of channel is reducing overwhelm through proper planning on paper. And the question is, talking about to say thank you for the advice on thumbnail making and making the planner more prominent, which led to me thinking about my viewers journey and have updated my playlist, and my views, watch hours, and revenue have increased. Question, best way to promote membership, which is live weekly brain dump sessions and weekly quiet focused Pomodoro sessions. Currently have 16 members. So when it comes to YouTube promoting anything, it's just about spreading awareness about it. So it's mentioning it, a little mention in a video. If you're doing regular live streams, mentioning it in the live streams and inviting people to join in the live streams, mentioning it in your shorts, that type of thing. It's already available on your channel page and, all of that stuff. But, just you spreading awareness as the content creator and just letting them know that, hey, if you want to join us for our live weekly, Pomodoro sessions where we, plan and fill in the blank, then, I invite you to join our channel membership. Link is down in the description, something along those lines. You don't have to make it some big, long spiel or anything like that, but just something just nice and, easy. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that you do let them know the reason why, and then, tell them to join the membership. And really with that, all you're doing is just letting people know that it's available, because a lot of people are watching videos and stuff, and they're not really thinking about it. So just when you let people know that those things are available, then for the people that do care or that are interested, then those people will take those leads. So next up on the list here, we have How We Got Here Genealogy. Uploads 1 time per week or more, but on YouTube for 1 year or more. Does family history content. The goal of the channel is to make money. And the question is, thanks to advice from you two and a few other help channels, I'm now generating a measurable amount of income, but would love to get more of the right eyes on my content that can up my presence and income. As always, love you guys. Be brutally honest with me.
Brutally honest.
Yep. So let's see here. Okay, got your message there too. And let's go ahead and pull this up. Okay, so this is a money-focused conversation then.
Okay.
Let me check this out here really quick. The right eyes on my content.
Okay.
Is what we're going for here. Okay, so let's go ahead and share this.
What are they doing here?
Oh, this is interesting. I'm curious what this is. So is this just an audio file? Is that what this is?
Podcast?
Yeah. So, it's 22 seconds long. So yeah, I would be careful doing stuff like this right now. I definitely wouldn't do that. I don't know if this is to try to get people over into this, but impressions are really important when it comes to YouTube. And if you publish videos and people don't respond to those videos enough times, then YouTube, will move them into, like, hey, this person's not interested, anymore. So because of that, let's go ahead and, prioritize content for that viewer that they are, that they do respond to. So because of that, when you do things like this, you're kind of, wasting that chance to, connect with that person. Doesn't mean that you won't publish something, at a later date and, they'll never see you again. But, those types of things are things that you just want to limit, because if you, do that enough times, then it starts to send those bad signals to YouTube, right? So I'd be really careful with that. For the Titanic, White Star Disaster and World Forgot. So also when it comes to your thumbnails, right, like on this one, so here, when we have full size like this, it's pretty easy. I can see the boats in the background. I can see the people here. I see the flag that you have up here. Your expression definitely, is attention grabbing. However, the problem is you're obscuring something that might connect history people to this by putting the 400 souls saved over the boat stuff. And another thing too is, as we get this smaller, which, this is going to be dependent on if you have mobile viewers, or TV viewers or computer viewers. But for computer viewers, our suggested videos can get pretty small.
Mobile, you mean?
Well, and computers too, like in suggested. They can get pretty small, and because of that, the imagery that you're using here, it just gets lost at these smaller sizes. So because of that, I would definitely make sure that if you're going to focus on these historical events, that you are putting a lot of the imagery on the historical event itself. So in this case, A/B testing with your expression or not expression, in terms of you or not having you, and then just putting a lot more emphasis on the, historical imagery minus the text on here would definitely be something that I would experiment with on that. And
at a glance, just something I noticed. I don't have access to the
go ahead.
channel. He's controlling the scroll over here. Is just for your first 2 rows, and he might scroll down, and this might completely blow everything. But in the first 2 rows of videos, the ones that performed the best, both had ancestors in the title. Just something that I noticed. It might not be relevant, but I try to look for patterns when I look. Okay, this video did significantly better than some of the other videos, and then I have a second video that did better than the others. Is there anything in common? And it, maybe that word is something worth exploring.
Yep. Yeah, there's other things too, and I think we've done this already, and I'll do it again here really quick just to show everybody, because I think it's something that everybody can learn from. But like here also, because you're doing genealogy, I know that...
Wow, that one did really well for the DNA.
I know that, like also making sure that you're using the right language also, because there's, genealogy, and people are going to be looking around for that. They're going to be familiar with that language. So you're definitely going to reach those people too, but also mixing in like family history, if you haven't done that, and just figuring out like what is it that people use the most, on YouTube when they're looking for stuff, is definitely something that I would make sure that you do as well. But like D mentions here, like this DNA one, definitely did well. It's like an hour long too. Nice work on that one.
Yeah.
And then we have this one here on the heart attack situation. People definitely rallied around that.
But that's not in alignment.
It's
with
not
what
in
he's
alignment,
right.
yeah, with his actual.
So
content.
he asked about the right eyes, so that would be for the wrong eyes.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, these, even though
Yeah.
they're personal,
Yeah.
and they did well for these two. It's not necessarily pulling in the crowd that that you might actually be after there. But yeah, same thing here. Like the AI genealogist episode 2. Not sure. Oh, you said this is the end, so you're not doing those anymore. Yeah, so even here, right? Like in this thumbnail, and this one you did a while back, but just to bring it to your attention. So here you have like the map and everything, so you're really focused in on that imagery. But the thing that pulls attention here is the not in Canada, right? So because of that, not quite Canada, the secret to solving Newfoundland brick walls. So yeah, so like here, yeah, I'm not sure if this is like from the outside. Yeah, I'm not sure in terms of this being about genealogy. Yeah, I'm not sure if that, not sure how fitting that is. It's just not super obvious from the outside. Amy might stand out to her though. Hey Stanley, what's going on, dude? Nice to see you in here. So yeah, I would definitely work on that kind of stuff. And let me see here. If we go to trends.google.com, and this is what I was talking about when it comes to the language. And this is something that, everybody here, this is a free tool from Google. It's called Google Trends. But like here we can do genealogy. How do you genealogy? Is that it? Yeah. Okay. So we have genealogy here, and then we'll just do the past year for fun. And then we're going to change this one right here, because this is currently web search, which you can get external views from Google and stuff too. But if we change this down here to YouTube search, then now this is past year of YouTube. And then here, if I do family history, we can see here that people, are thinking about this at a much higher rate when it's framed around, family history.
And ancestors or ancestry.
Yeah, let's do that one too.
I guess there's 2, ancestry and then ancestors. 2 totally different ones.
Yeah,
Nope.
so ancestry is like way down here,
What
down
about
at the
just
bottom.
Ancestors.
So yeah, you can also see like if you look at this average interest graph, you can see the difference there in terms of the way that, people are thinking about what it is that you do. Now, when it comes to things like this, you also have to keep in mind that, it's possible that other things are related to family history, and that's what's making that, be much higher. So you would know more about that than I would as it relates to your niche. But these types of things for anybody here, if you're making gaming content, if you are if you're making fitness content, if you're making content about tools, if you are making content about lots and lots and lots of things. Oh, I had genealogy spelled wrong. Hold on. That'll do it. Hold on. Yep. Okay. We'll take that one out. Here, let's do another one.
Yeah, well, he's putting that in. The main point here is you need to understand the language that your audience is speaking, how they're looking for things, how they're thinking about the ideas that you might make videos about, words that they're using. You did it twice? No. Did it let you add the same thing twice?
Hold on.
Way to go.
Geology. Huh. Yep, there we go. Okay, yeah, so on the green one, it's up there. Yeah, so family history still beating it out. But yeah, you are absolutely correct on me having the wrong term, so I'll get this one. People do search for this one, though, because this was an autofill. But if we take this one out, then yeah. So we're still in that same boat where family history's turned to blue now, where family history is a way that people think about it more than the other one. But yeah, you're on point there. It's still, high, way above ancestry, so you're winning there. But just considering, these types of things, because those little details over time can make an ancestry spelled wrong. Goodness gracious.
Well, you were doing the auto complete,
Yep.
and it gave
Yeah, I
you
was.
that
I
option.
was just picking them from there. Hold on. Okay, let's see what this one is. Oh, ancestry coming in late. I wish we had like a race running, like a running
All
track.
right, I just want to go on the record.
That you mentioned ancestry.
That
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mentioned.
totally.
Yeah,
Yep.
I just want to go on record.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, so ancestry is also a really big one. But like, as you can see how insightful this was just right now, for us, and how just those spellings made such a huge difference. Making sure that you are framing this stuff in a way that, that your potential viewers are thinking about it the most is definitely, something you want to make sure that you do.
And in terms of tags, those incorrect spellings will be a proper use to
Yes,
use your
100%.
tags.
Yep.
People always say, "Well,
Great call.
should we use tags in 2026?" That's the proper use of tags
Yes.
now.
Yep, D1.
Go find all the ways that people are going to misspell these words.
Yeah.
Or just ask us, how would you guys spell this? And whatever we say, to add that as a tag.
Right? Because we're spelling it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
All right. So nice work, D.
Yep.
All right. So and then another thing too, just while we're here. So for those of you that haven't ran into this before, you don't know what this is. Again, this is trends.google.com. It's a free tool from Google. Everybody should be using this.
Yeah.
But basically, if you scroll down here, another thing that you can see is you can also see, like, if we take this from past year to like past 24 hours, right? And genealogy, we're probably not going to get anything like substantial here, but we might. Yeah, we can see here British royal family is getting, a spike here of 40% in the last 24 hours. Royal family history, right? Those are kind of two connected. It's kind of funny that Family Guy falls under that. But yeah, so we see royal family, so these are rising things of interest. Past 24 hours, so it might be over with already. I'm not sure. But the idea is to use this also to be able to figure out things that are, currently on the rise as well. You can take this all the way down to the past hour if you want. So what's going on right now? Artemis. So let's do that.
Artemis
That'll
is
be
going
a great
on.
example of this.
Yeah.
Hold on. So I know I'm going to spell it wrong. So how to spell it?
I'm not even try to spell
How do we spell Artemis? In the chat here, let me know how do we spell Artemis? I
don't even know. Yeah. Artemis. Let's see.
people are looking for it that way. Hold on. Let's see. I don't know if that's right or not.
Artemis.
EMIS. Okay. Okay, so here we can see right over the past hour, we can see that this is, definitely still a hot topic. And then when we come down here,
Are you
right?
still worldwide?
Then we can see, I think I'm just U.S. right now.
Okay.
Yeah, U.S. past hour.
Right, because the rest of the world could not possibly be interested,
In this,
NASA.
right. But like you can see here that we're looking for like a tracker. We see a breakout in Apollo 11 also. Yep, we can see their current status as things people are looking for, the mission explained. So like this one right here, right? So if you're a content creator and you have the ability to make content, on things that are trending within your niche when you have big events happen, this is a great thing because you can come in here and you can be like, oh, okay, so there's a bunch of people. This is breaking out right now where they're looking for the Artemis mission explained because they're trying to figure out what's going on around the hype of it. So with that, then you could say, okay, I'm going to make a video about this. So as an example, I have another YouTube channel that I had way back in the day called All Our Questions, where I answered the world's most asked questions. And like if I still had that channel, I would be riding the heck out of this mission right now, the Artemis mission, just because it's something that a lot of people are interested in right now. And for that type of audience, right, that might be interested in the All Our Questions content, like that's like a slam dunk for that particular channel.
Now, musicians, listen up. How do I get my song noticed? It's not a guarantee, but if stuff is trending right now, if I had cool music, I would put together my own music and put it out there. The perfect Artemis playlist for NASA astronauts. stuff like that, and just uploading that stuff, titling things, imagery, all of that stuff. Don't know if it would work, but it's definitely something I would try. And you can do that with anything that's happening. You can go in there and search for the past 24 hours, past week, whatever it is, and try to catch trends and build around that.
Yep. But yeah, this particular tool though, like you can just sit in here and you can play with this all day if you want to, because it's free.
Round and round and
so yeah,
round
so you can just sit in here and you can play with it. They have the option up here to where you can suggest, terms. So
That's
if you
actually pretty good. Type that. Yeah, use that.
type what?
Where you can type in.
Right over here?
Yeah, put in like NASA space travel, and it will populate and get. Yeah, I was just playing with this the other day. It's all AI driven. Find new search terms. Let's go. We don't have all day NASA. Here
Space
we go.
exploration technology, International Space Station, blah, blah. But yeah, so it fills them out there based on the thing. You also have some options down here as well.
And you can see the interest by scrolling down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it looks like Space Exploration Technologies Corp. Was
past hour.
Yeah, all the rest of them. Yeah, for the past hour was at 0. So let's
Good.
take this to 24. Boom. Now we got some stuff going on here.
There we go.
But anyway, you get the idea. So you can use this tool as a way to just uncover things that people are interested in right now. This is also cool if you have a channel where you talk about things like over time. So for example, like let's say somebody has a recipe channel. This one's always the go-to for this one.
Yeah.
Like how to make a
How to cook a turkey.
turkey. Right? So you can see here,
we don't make turkeys.
if you take this and you take it to like the past 5 years, then you'll see these are called tentpole events. And with these tentpole events, it's content that or searches and interest that you can count on that happens like clockwork on a certain schedule. You can use it to find things like that in your niche as well.
Do you bake a turkey?
If
or
they
do you
exist
make
in
a
your
turkey?
niche.
How are they searching for it? Make a turkey or bake a turkey?
Probably bake.
Well, let's see.
How to bake
I'm curious.
a turkey. And we're going to change this to, make a turkey.
Make a turkey more.
Yep.
That's interesting.
And then if we go to YouTube, let's see if it's the same. Yeah, way more
Wow.
make a turkey on YouTube.
How to make a turkey. That's wild.
But yeah, like these types of things, and you can see, just how they happen on a schedule that you can count on. So these types of things are really cool. So because we have home rapid repair in here. So like in his case, right? If we were to use this and say fixing gutters, I don't know if there's going to be enough data here.
There you go. Oh, nope.
Nope, not so much.
How about
gutter repair?
How about how to check candy for drugs?
Oh, I'm seeing something kind of relevant here. Whoa, gutter
razor
repair.
blades.
I don't know what's going on in the gutter world.
What
But
is
hey,
going-
this is, a little bit crazy. But
Yeah,
if we start
gutter repair.
isolating this down, we can see that this one is in May. That one's definitely not.
Gutter
We go
repair
here.
is probably
Another
one of those,
May,
one of those
right?
industries that's going to survive the AI apocalypse
Right.
for a while.
Yeah, this one's in April. And then we have the drop in May, but we have that heightened interest here. But you can just start looking for, things like this. So, depending on the type of content you have, you might be able to mine this for information. And in other cases, maybe not. But this is definitely something to play around with.
Tish says we fry our turkey, as in like air fryer. Ooh, air fried turkey. I bet that's good, actually. Air fried turkey breast.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get to the next question here. We have
That's good. Courageous Painting says, I've always known about Google Trends, but I've never seen anyone use it like this. This is very helpful.
like those. Yeah, like these types of things are things that like a lot of times you'll hear about it or something like that, or you'll go and you'll look and you'll see like just the what's trending now part and stuff like that. But being able to, and they just redid it too, like recently, to where it used to look a little bit different, but they just went in and redid it, added some AI stuff like that search feature thing that he showed you. But yeah, like these types of tools are fantastic for just getting to the bottom of what it is that your viewers are caring about and stuff like that. And another really cool thing too is another example, and I can't remember the actual information on it, but even for gamers, like going in here and being like, okay, do people look more for like Call of Duty, or do they look for like COD, right? Like which one do they look for more? Like those types of things are also informative. So you can just make sure you're framing everything right. You get the right words, you know, in there and all that stuff. Let's see here. So next up we have Blake Rides. Blake Rides. They upload 1 time per week or more. What do you think? What do you think Blake Rides does, D?
Blake Rides. I think they are a long distance cyclist.
Oh, interesting.
They could be a
Long
moto
distance.
vlogger.
Okay.
Could be a moto vlogger or a long distance bicyclist.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
So they are a motocross and e-bike riding. So you're pretty close. Pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close. Mm-hmm. So the goal of the channel is to make money. Question is there a blueprint formula to create long-form edited content? I struggle the most with consistent story narratives. In terms of a blueprint, no. But when it comes to formula, there is a book that I recommend to you, though. That's called... Let me get this.
Which one you getting?
Hit this like button.
If you're enjoying the show, remember to give it a thumbs up
Just
and
because you
share it
mentioned
with a friend right now.
Just because you mentioned formula made me think about this. So this is a great book, by the way, called YouTube Formula by my friend Daryl Eves. Definitely make sure that you do check that out. I got a link in the description, or you can just go to Amazon and check it out. But it's a great book. As I posted that, there's probably going to be some people in here that are going to say, hey, checked it out. Great book. But yeah, that's a good one for just because you mentioned formula. But anyway, when it comes to the blueprint formula, everything doesn't work the same across every channel because of the nuance in the audiences, right? So for example, like what works on my channel may or may not work on your channel. What works on your channel may work perfectly on my channel. So the whole thing is to experiment.
Did you? What,
Hey, Renee, if you're still in here, this is why I keep them at Starbucks. Right here. Do you see that? This is why I keep them at Starbucks.
what broke? Did you hear
I have
that?
no idea. I'm not sure.
I heard like bits of plastic breaking.
Yeah, it was the light back there.
Oh, great. I
yeah.
should probably check it out.
So, but, yeah, so, you know, different things work for different, you know, channels, but things that are historically, you know, effective is making sure that your content matches your packaging, meaning that you're creating the right expectation from the outside in your title and thumbnail, you know, that you're expressing your video topic in a way to where the viewers are going to get what they are expecting, you know, from the outside. And then once they go into the video, then making sure you are, you know, hooking them in some way. And then from there, you continue on to, you know, give them the content that they expect out of it. And, you know, in some cases, you know, people will, you know, start the story right out of the gate. In other cases, people will will build up the story first and then get into, you know, the story. In other cases, people will just deliver the thing without any story attached, and it works great. So, I mean, you know, it really comes down to, you know, your viewers and what it is that they respond to. I'm actually going to look at something here really quick. On your channel. Yeah, so other things too, really quick, is you know, yeah, I think you also need to work on your titles too. Like you know, you have, you know, this Sauron upgrade will break your brain. Right? That one at least is compelling in some way because it's like, oh, what's happening here that might, you know, be of interest. And then this one over here, you know, I'm going to go backwards, woodward bound. Like this doesn't really make any sense as somebody that, you know, is looking at this from the outside that doesn't know the contents of the video. Also, I wouldn't worry about posting like 24-second clips, you know, on your channel. Like give, you know, real content on your channel, like some of these probably are. But also, you know, when you see down here, this is about a person, you know, that's known in the industry, but this is 2 years ago. You're not publishing on a regular basis. I guess you're doing shorts. Yeah. Okay. So you're publishing shorts. Okay. Yeah. So with this, yeah. So this is going to come down to, you know, you just being able to capture people's attention as they're coming into this. And, with these also, yeah, I need to update this so I have a time stamp on here too. But yeah, like here, you know, like you've got this one, you know, 45,000 views, 2.2, 1.8, 2.3. So, you know, when it comes to, you know, your videos, I would definitely look at the ones that have the higher view counts on them and ask yourself, from a structural standpoint, because one of the things you mentioned is, you know, that the structure is, I would go through and I would just pick all of these apart. 1.9 million views. This might be the actual person, right? Because it's about, you know, them. But the ones where, you know, you're featuring your kid, I'm guessing this is, you know, the ones that have done well here, making sure that you do kind of break those down and say, okay, when it first starts, what's happening? Are we, you know, talking to the camera? Are we in motion? Are we not in motion? Are we giving any types of buildup? Is the activity happening already? What happens next, right? And just go through, and all these ones that did well, just go in and start analyzing why. And another thing to think about too is it looks like you are, you know, kind of leveraging other, you know, like famous people here, and all of that's fine and it's smart, but just make sure that what it is that you're offering in this content here, that these people will also care about this content. Because if not, then you start you start dividing your audience up if you start splitting interests like that, and it makes it harder to you know, to thrive that way. If you are just joining us, just as a heads up, we have a form pinned right at the bottom or top of the chat, depending on your view. If you click on my pinned message there, then it will take you to the form that I'm answering questions from. So if you have a question, if you want feedback on your thumbnails, anything like that, just go ahead and put it into the form, and then we will get you covered on the stream today. And if you are watching this from somewhere that is not YouTube, you can go to nickniman.com/ask, and I'll put it on the screen here for you. And it's going to redirect. It's right here. It's going to redirect to there it is. It's going to redirect to that same form that we are taking questions from. Next up, okay, we did Blake Rides already. The well-seasoned one is the next channel here. They upload 1 time per week or more. They do travel content. The goal of the channel is to be a full-time content creator. And the question is, am I going in the right direction? So it's a newest channel, planning on world travel eventually. Okay, so let's see what you got going on here. Okay, 393 subscribers. You're just getting started. You got 50 videos, though. So I'm going to guess that probably a lot of these are shorts, maybe. Let's see what it is that you're doing. Okay. From wealth to decline, the truth about this place. Truth about this place. Isle of Wight, a coastal walk through decline. A friend of mine just moved out of there. Let's see here in this most dangerous town in Hampshire. Walk around Ghost Park. Okay, so a few things. So first is it looks like you're leaning heavily on negativity, which is okay. You know, a lot of channels do that, and it's fine. I use it sometimes too. You know, it's just kind of, you know, people respond to it, so, you know, people do it. But one thing to keep in mind, though, is if you do it all the time, it becomes less effective for your regular viewers. So if you are always, you know, if everything is always negative around the channel, and you're leveraging that to, you know, to get people to click on it, after a while, people notice that, and then they'll stop responding as much. So make sure when you're doing that, that you mix it up, right? Because if it's always like, you know, oh, this is the horrible thing, this is the horrible thing, this is in decline, this is in decline, that kind of stuff, and it's like, oh, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, another one of those, right? So just be careful with that as a heads up. Other things is I see that you're doing the YouTube, you know, the YouTube face here, which is perfectly fine. But just as a heads up, some audiences respond fine to that, others do not. So I would definitely make sure you are A/B, that you are A/B testing these. I would do that on this one specifically because this one you've got 29,000 views on. So as long as you're still getting views and impressions on this, then in that case, I would definitely A/B test and see if you find, if you haven't done this yet, see if you find that people respond to an open mouth or a closed mouth more. Another thing that I would recommend also is if we are looking at your eyes right here, it looks like you're looking at like the viewfinder of the phone. So if you're trying to make a connection to the viewer, look at the actual lens of the camera when you're taking your photos. Then that way, when somebody, you know, makes that eye contact with you in the thumbnail, you got them, right? Instead of looking off to the side, because it's pretty clear that you're looking off to the side. But when it comes to the positives, so you are mentioning the, you know, locations that you're talking about, you know, in some of these, which is, you know, which is a good move. You know, seaside town in Britain, is this the worst? Yeah. So other things too is when you find something that works, right? Like here you have Seaside Walk, this area. Is this the worst seaside town in Britain? When you find things that work structurally like this, being like, hey, let me see if I can repeat this somewhere, right? Like this one, right? It could just be the topic and how people responded to the video. But when you find things like this from a structural standpoint and you see like, hey, this worked, I would definitely try to repeat it. So you're like, okay, they responded well to this. So next time I do a video like in this place, let me put myself in the same position. Instead of having a completely different font layout and all that stuff here, let me make it something similar to this. And then let me put that picture there in the background of this one, in a similar way here. Just do everything that's exactly the same and just see if you can get, similar results that way. But the topic itself is going to carry a lot of weight. But I'm just saying, because I didn't see you trying to repeat any of that stuff unless you have and then you've taken it away. So I just wanted to mention that to you really quick as well. Yeah, other things too is when it comes to the interesting side. I mean, you're doing it right here in your thumbnail, which is okay. It's getting cut off there a little bit by a timestamp, but like right here we have like walking South Sea from end to end, Portsmouth sci-fi secret. Like leading it with Portsmouth sci-fi secret would be something that I would try structurally in a situation like this also. So then that way you're putting the location and then the compelling part, you're putting that up front. And then after that, then you can put the walking South Sea, South Sea from end to end. Just go to popular in general, see what you got going on. Oh my. Walk through brick and independent shops, local food and history, hidden history. Yeah, so here, like one thing that I like about this is that you're just being honest about what it is that you're offering in the video. But when it comes to this, there isn't anything that's like super compelling about your title. This is your thumbnail. I ended up in court, right? That's definitely, interesting. However, like something that doesn't finish the story would make this instantly more interesting. So, to where it's just like you with the cops, that would be more interesting than having it with you, the cops, and then saying you ended up in court. Because right now, since we know that you already ended up in court, there's no real reason to click on this unless we want to know why you ended up in court. But if it's just like you and the police officers, then in that case, it at least creates some, curiosity. And then here, I took a walk through Beacon, through Brecon, and I can't believe this happened, right? Then what you're doing right there is you're opening the whole thing up from a curiosity perspective, and you're making it to where it's like, oh, he's there, he's got cops there, he was in this place, and then, this thing happened to him, so what's going on there? So I would definitely try, that type of thing as well. All right. The Artist Haven says, I stopped watching a baking channel because she was always complaining about customers. I'm there for pretty cakes, not petty people reports. Yeah, well, hopefully you weren't here at the beginning of the stream because we were all petty about YouTube news. That was like our, we were all over that one today. So, so next up we have, I hope you were here for it, but you know what I mean. So we say that Grandpa's, or the type of channel is Grandpa's Random Reviews. They upload every other day, been on YouTube for 1 year or more. They do product review content. The goal of the channel is to make money. And they say that the question is it better to try to create a scroll-stopping title and get viewers' attention or create a title focused more towards SEO? I would think create the title for viewer and let the description do the heavy lifting for SEO. I'm just wanting to make sure that I'm going in the right direction. So when it comes to writing your titles, I recommend that you do what I call double dipping. And that is if you are doing product reviews, because you say here the products are random, definitely not niche specific. So if you are doing product review content, then people are going to be searching for reviews on those. So because of that, I think that you should, make sure that you include, the right keywords, keyword phrases in your titles. But when it comes to double dipping, the idea there with double dipping is that you make your content universally appealing, right? So basically the idea is instead of just saying, okay, I'm just going to target search or I'm just going to target recommendations, if you know you can take advantage of search on YouTube and Google, and you know that if you frame it right, that people are going to respond to it well in recommendations, then in that case, trying to double dip it so it's appropriate for both. Now, since it is product reviews, it can be advantageous, of course, to make sure that you are explicitly saying what the product is in the title, and that can help with search also. However, if you're good at grabbing attention from home pages, you might be able to make a similar video targeted towards recommendations and one that is targeted towards search to where they're relatively similar, but one is a different framing. So the one is like, hey, here's the review of this thing. And then you're pretty explicit about, this is the review of, this, watch before you buy or whatever. And then the other one would be something about how, this thing will change how you fill in the blank, right? And then that one, primes it a little bit better for recommendations. And then with that, you're presenting it a little bit differently, and that gives you the option to, to get the most out of each product that you're bringing attention to as well. And then also, just as a quick side tip for you, because you said you're, just trying to make sure that you're in the right direction. Let me pull your channel up here real quick.
Who you pulling up?
I'm just looking up Grandpa's random reviews here real quick.
Grandpa's random reviews.
Yep.
I hope it's like reviewing old tools and like just
No, it's
stuff
just a bunch of
around the
different
house
stuff.
and nope. Okay.
Nope. So here we got like, fake 4K dash cams, electric scooter, best camera case for Canon and Sony.
Did not expect that.
Yep.
I expected like old stuff, right? Grandpa.
It is not. It is not. Yeah. So, this cordless weed whacker is shockingly powerful. Yeah. Okay. So you're doing that, right? So another thing that you can do here, right, is this video right here. So you have this cordless weed whacker is shockingly powerful. So in terms of recommendations, like this is good, right? It grabs attention. In my opinion, you're focusing more on you here instead of the weed whacker itself, but it's okay because you're adding that expression there. I would definitely zoom in so that, you're cropped more. Here, I'll actually show you here real quick. So hey, take this for a second, D.
Are you going off screen here?
Yeah, I'm gonna redo the
gonna rebuild the thumbnail
here real quick.
Awesome.
Yep.
So what he's gonna do is he's gonna take your thumbnail, he's gonna open it up in Photoshop, and then he's going to redo your thumbnail based on what he has.
All I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna reframe it just so I can express this idea a little bit better.
Now, I love when you do this, by the way. Home Rapid Repair says, weed whacker or string trimmer? I always know them as a weed whacker. What do you guys call those? Is it called a string trimmer?
No idea.
Home Rapid Repair? I've only known them as a weed whacker. How we got here says, D, that's a great idea for a channel. A bunch of grandpas just trashing modern things compared to back in the day similar product. Yes. Yes, grandpas, get on that. That would be great, actually. Right? Like here's a modern day clock or something. Here's a modern day compass or whatever. Here's what we had. And they had this thing from like 1942. I mean, that's like really old grandpa stuff, great grandpa. He could get in on it too.
Right.
Great grandpa can bring his stuff. You can have grandpas come in there with, I guess, 1971 or whatever and have their thing and show that it's still holding up versus this modern thing that's probably, they bought it off of Temu or something like that. It's probably disintegrating already. Molds growing on it. Plastic is fading. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I would actually watch that. A weed whacker, weed eater, weed whacker. Are you going to share this?
Yeah, I am right here in just a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I'm just doing an illustration here just to kind of show them what I mean.
Okay. Are you going to go through the process though?
No, all I'm doing is just reframing it. That's it.
Man, we love watching the process.
But I'm literally just dragging it to make it bigger. That's
Dude, all I wanted to see today was
that.
I just wanted to see you drag a weed whacker and make it larger. That's all I wanted.
Great.
So we call so weed trimmers, weed whackers, weed trimmers. Interesting. I just thought it was weed whacker. The official name on the product packaging is string trimmer. Boy, they missed that one. It's just a weed whacker. What if there's like a trademark issue with that?
Right.
Like the Acme weed whacker. Back in my day. That's right, Tish. Yeah, that would actually be a great channel. Field Guide to DIY says the same thing. What a great idea.
Yeah, so this isn't perfect in any way, but basically taking that same thumbnail and just stretching it out like this, right? And then by doing that, you're putting more focus on your expression and on the thing. But when it comes to the photo, I put the arrow in there just for the sake of, kind of pointing to it. But with this, I would also, take this weed whacker itself, and I'll just make it.
You could probably make it even larger.
Super quick and ugly here.
This is what I'm here for, right?
For this part?
Yep, this part right here.
Yeah, this is going to be just super quick and ugly, so this is not going to, look good. Yeah. But yeah, to even taking, the weed whacker and just having the weed whacker itself, right? So this would be how you're holding it, right? That would matter there. And then you'd have to, this would be in real life how you'd be holding it, right? So it would be something like that to where the weed whacker just takes up the thing. So when you're, when you're looking at the camera lens and you're taking the photo, just, positioning this in a way to where it'll fit, nicely in a frame. And then by doing this, what you're doing is you are giving yourself the opportunity to, focus more on your expression, which is going to be something that, might help viewers connect with you. And then in addition to that, you're also putting a nice strong emphasis on the weed whacker, whatever it's called, as well. So I would definitely make sure that you're doing that type of thing, because if we compare it to this one here, then, that one shows a lot more of the weed whacker at a small size even. Like if we open up this, right, and we go down here, even at a really small size, like suggested videos.
He's holding something.
If this one in the background was gone, right, and you were holding it properly, then, it would still, stand out pretty well, even at a small size there. So I would do that sort of thing when it comes to your thumbnails, just to make sure that the weed eater, weed whacker, weed stringer, weed remover thing, to make sure that is the star of the show. You've done that with some of your other videos, like on this one here. You have the, room for two, where you have the, camera bag, and you're focusing on that.
That's a good looking thumbnail.
Yeah. So like this one right here, you're doing the right thing in terms of emphasizing that. Same thing here. You have the focus on the bike itself, that sort of thing.
Hold on. Is Grandpa riding a bike?
No, I don't think that's, maybe it is.
Is that Grandpa?
I don't know. I don't see the goatee. Maybe it is. I'm not sure. Maybe it is. But anyway, the idea is just to make sure that you're focusing on the, on the things that will, that'll stand out to the people that you're trying to reach for them.
Grandpa's Random Reviews. Yeah. I think he's just like a couple years older than me. I'll start that Grandpa channel.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
So next up on the list here, we have...
Does Nick think that you hold a weed whacker that high when you...
Well, it's for the photo. It's for the photo. I don't do yard work. I don't know, but it's for the photo.
I don't. Okay. In my memory, for what it's worth, have you ever done yard work?
Yeah. I have.
With a weed whacker?
Yes.
Really?
Uh-huh. At our uncle's place.
Really? Uh-huh. So you have?
Yeah.
Like how many times?
Maybe 4.
4 times you've done yard work.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, there. And then I did it once, maybe once or twice. Growing up at home too.
Okay.
So yeah, but I mean barely. I mean it's not even like, it's not even a blip on the life radar really.
Right.
Yeah.
Were you just like raw dogging it with no glasses or anything, just out there? Just,
I don't remember. I don't remember those details.
Back in the days when nobody wore protective anything, it's like
Right.
flip flops.
Right.
Flip flops, no shirt out there in the middle of the summer heat, no glasses.
Yep. No care about the sun damage.
Oh yeah.
Nothing. Just going for it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
Back in the day.
Yep.
Now they put kids in helmets and hand them like padded weed whackers with like soft little plastic strings with pads on the strings.
Right.
You want to cut your toes off or anything. Safety glasses.
Oh, love it.
Give them participation trophies
Right.
for thinking about going out and weed whacking. Did you use the weed whacker today? No, but here's a little trophy for thinking about going out and weed whacking.
So
this is a 52-year-old grandma.
So next up, we have the Fitness and Wellness Bully. So they upload 1 time per week or more.
Bully?
They've been on YouTube for, love
it.
Yep, they are a bully. So they've been on YouTube for 1 year or more. They do midlife fitness and their journey. The goal of the channel is to make money. And the question is, I'm struggling to make thumbnails. What's the best tool for that?
I feel like we should bully them in our response.
In our response. I'm actually just going to look at your thumbnails real quick. We don't need, we're not going to pull it up. I just want to see what it is that you're doing.
Beanie says weed whacker in one hand, beer in the other.
Right. And you're 8.
Right.
Yeah.
8 years old.
What are you doing in the house? Get out there, take this beer and get out there
Yeah,
and
take
cut
a beer,
things
here's
down.
a weed whacker.
Yeah, the yard's not going to take care of itself.
Don't come in until the sun goes down.
Right.
Those were the days.
Yeah, I think now they would call that like trauma, I think, is what they would call that now.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so you're making thumbnails. Your thumbnails are solid. So yeah,
see 'em.
To make these types of thumbnails, Canva is probably going to be the win for you. Either Canva, Tube Spanner, or I think Photoshop would be overkill for what you're doing. I think really you can probably create, because you're doing templates here. Yeah, I'll show you real quick. So yeah, because you're using mostly a pretty templated look, you could probably build up a template inside of Canva and then just revisit that template, right? And then in that template, you would just, change the words, kind of like you're doing here, switch whatever photo. So basically the move would be, because you're using, a lot of similar photos and stuff like that too. So basically you'd create one template inside of Canva, and then you would, let me make sure I'm looking at the right channel here. Hold on real quick. I think so.
Are you? That's flipping 101.
Oh, no, it's the wrong one. Sorry. Looking at the wrong one. Sorry.
There you go.
Yep. Yeah, I was looking at their reference channel.
Home Rapper Repair says, yeah, that's traumatic. In my day, it was called Tuesday. That's right.
Yep. All right. So yeah, so in your case, yeah, I would, you can do a similar thing.
Same
So
thing,
yeah,
yeah.
you're doing a pretty similar thing here. So here, same exact thing. So pick like your styles, things like that, which it looks like this is the common one that you're using. But even if it's this, you could easily do this inside of Canva. You could do this inside of Tube Spanner too. Either one of those is going to be a great solution for you for this. And then with both of them, you can build a template out. And then, when you are, publishing your next video, then you can just pick, whatever template it is. If you're on this side, this side, this side, go ahead and load it up with photos that you can turn on and off, that type of thing. And then that way, that gives you that opportunity. And another thing too, just to mention it, is here, like how you have total body dumbbell strength workout for women over 40. All of this is great. Like your title, everything, this is all great. But one thing that I would definitely do is, if you're talking about dumbbell strength, is I would put more emphasis on the dumbbell, right? So like right here, because you are holding the dumbbell and it's down, like I can see you and I see the total body strength, but I don't see anything about dumbbells here, right? So the total body strength might grab the attention of the people that you're trying to reach. But since you are talking about dumbbells, having it more zoomed in, you might even have the screenshot here. Not sure, but basically having it more zoomed in to where, to where you're bigger in the frame, more emphasis. Maybe you're going, like this with the dumbbell, something like that, so that you can, just make that connection with the weight also. So then you have the visuals of the fitness and the weightlifting, and then you also have the, total body strength.
What are other channels doing for that sort of title? Total body dumbbell.
Well, if we go back to this one, which is the reference channel, let's see if they even have any dumbbell stuff in here.
Yours looks more like diet. Or
Yeah, I think so.
No, stronger legs and 4 moves. One thing.
40 here's to pick your exercises to actually change your body. Yeah, I think here too. I think in some of these also, if they were to do the same thing in terms of a little bit more focus on these.
Yeah, and you see how their text is? It's bigger. It's bold.
Super easy to read.
Super easy.
More
to read.
so on these new ones than the old ones. It looks like.
Yeah, and one more thing that I would keep in mind and test with yours. Go back to the original channel. Oh. So you're wearing all black. Go back to the... And this may or may not make a difference. It's just something to test. You're wearing all black. I would be cautious putting yourself in front of a dark background. Keep in mind, people are scrolling, right? They're on their phone. They're on their computer. They're just kind of mindlessly roaming about unless they're specifically looking for something. And then you're going to show up around all sorts of other thumbnails. And if yours kind of gets lost in the mix because it's not colorful, or you just kind of blend into your background, it might, you might not win the click on that one. versus the one that you use as a reference channel. A lot of those are really vibrant, really eye-catching. Just something to play. See, that's eye-catching, but you're really small.
Yeah.
I don't think I would put myself that tiny in there, but in terms of color, I think you did the right thing there.
Yeah, and I like that you're trying to create a branded vibe.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't seem to be working as well as some of these other ones, but like, but I like that you're
trying.
that you're trying to put together like a nice branded look here. I like that. One thing I would also do, because this is all fitness related, because you are using yourself here with just like a gradient color panel in the background. Also putting how you have like gym imagery here and here in the background, doing that type of thing, but maybe just lower the opacity on it just a little bit, so it helps you stand out, and it puts more emphasis on like you and whatever words that you have on there. But there's still the the imagery of the gym in the background to help people make that connection as well.
Next.
So next up on our list,
Next question.
Dr. Orion, the veterinarian. They upload when they have time, but on YouTube for 1 year or more. They do dog and cat behavior explanation videos and veterinary medicine. Goal of the channel is to teach others. And the question is, I tried out of curiosity to YouTube's video promotion for $50. I got double the subs that month, but they only appear in the total number. They don't seem to show on any of the videos, including the promoted one. Is that normal? Is it worth it? So using the promotion feature in order to grow your subscriber count is not a good move. And the reason for that is because it doesn't help you towards the partner program and getting into the partner program. In addition to that, if you are running the YouTube promotions as a means to get people to your video, if you have something to sell, then it can make a little bit of sense, because then you're at least, running ads essentially for the video towards people that are your, that are like your, viewers. However, when you are running YouTube promotions, it's really common for people to run the YouTube promotions. They get a big response on that video. And then as soon as they get back to publishing, regular videos without promotions, they don't do as well, because they still haven't went through that process of learning how to consistently get some type of activity out of YouTube's recommendation features. So, like for example, I'm looking at, some of your thumbnails right now, and just based on what's going on here currently, I would not be using YouTube promotions for anything right now. Instead, I would be spending that time and energy on working on, like, okay, out of all my videos, what have people responded well to? What can I make more of? Let me learn how to make, better thumbnails, come up with better titles, that sort of thing. I would be working on those things right now instead of worrying about YouTube promotions. And little details too, and I'm just going to pull your channel up here real quick so I can show you, is like right here, right? So you have this one, you got almost 1,000 views on it, which is good. But you have here, like, vets say don't spay, I think that says. But you can see the font that you're using in the text styling on this makes it really challenging to read, right? At a smaller size like this. So because of that, I would definitely make sure that you're using a more simple and easy to read font on here, because as you can see in mobile feeds, you're probably going to be fine because, it's pretty big. But like when it comes to adding text in your thumbnails, YouTube operates at a glance, right? In terms of how viewers are interacting with YouTube. So, if you go to your homepage on YouTube and you start looking around, or you're in your mobile feed, you're just glancing at stuff, right? As you're scrolling through. And because of that, you have to be able to capture people's attention like quickly. Now you have a cute dog in here that's probably going to do the trick for you. But even with that, you want them to see the dog and then to easily be able to see what's going on with the text and read it instantly without having to go,
What
don't
does that say?
spay. Yeah, without them having to try to figure it out. And it gets even worse. Like you can see down here to where this one, it's also challenging to read at a glance because, the kerning on the letters is too tight, and, the black border on there and just the font style, it just makes it challenging to see, at a glance. Another thing that I would do here in your case also is I would also, I don't know, you have some followers already, so putting yourself in the thumbnail is fine. But when you have videos that start to do better, you know, like on this one, for example, going in there and saying, okay, let me just focus this all on the animal and maybe the text, or just putting the animal in there and just see if you can find through A/B testing, if you find that people respond more to text versus no text, or, you know, just to focus on the animal by itself, you know, or animal plus you, that type of thing. And the reason I'm saying that is because, like, if you look at these, you have like 3 focal points in this thumbnail, right? So you, the text, and the dog. And really, like, one of these should just be like the thing that stands out. And unfortunately, the thing that stands out here, you know, it is you, because of the black there, and then the word secondary, and then the dog. So yeah, I would definitely simplify these a little bit too, and just give people, like, you know, an element or 2 to focus on. And really one focus element, and then something supportive.
And you should have an animal. Are they just cat? Oh, they're doing cats and dogs. You should have an animal in every thumbnail. Yeah. Like, you have one dog's bite, and it's just a thumbnail of you.
Yep. Yeah, and also just testing, like, hey, let me swap me out for a dog, or a biting, like a mad looking dog, like this one over here.
One. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the hard part of YouTube, is getting all that stuff right.
Yeah.
Right?
You can do it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And by the way, there's nothing wrong with you not being in the image. Mm-hmm. You know, we always talk about, you know, a lot of times people get more clicks, but you also have to think about your audience. You know, who is it you're trying to get to click on this? And if they don't know,
it's animal lovers. Focus
it's
on
animal
animals,
lovers, right? It's animal lovers. Once they get to know you, then it makes sense. Oh, I know this veterinarian. I like his videos. I'm gonna click on it. But in terms of, like, building that channel momentum, you're focusing on pet lovers. So I would focus everything on the pets.
Yep.
Everything.
Tango in the Kitchen says that then they find out about this stream. Anyone missed the game? Where is Daniel? Yeah, the pinwheel game that you guys used to do.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
That you guys did on StreamYard.
Yeah. Yeah, I missed it. That was a really fun stream.
It was. Next, we have Vlogs with Jake. They upload 1 time per week or more, but on YouTube for less than a month. They do engaging and challenge videos. The goal of the channel is to have fun. And the question is, can I get subscribers and views without sharing my channel? Yes. So the way YouTube system works is really awesome. So basically, with their system, all it takes, and there's a lot that goes into this, all it takes is for people to respond to your videos at a rate that's competitive for the platform. Meaning, they show your videos to people, they're like, wow, this seems interesting, or, you know, whatever the thing is, and they click on your video, and then once they go into your video, they enjoy that video at a rate that YouTube deems as a satisfactory experience for them. All you got to do is get good at that. And then if you can do that, good topics, packaging them up, and then making the videos, you know, that are good. If you can do those things, that's all you have to do, and you don't have to share your channel anywhere on the internet. And then YouTube will do all the heavy lifting for you in terms of putting your content in front of viewers. But what you have to do, because you have a vlog, is you have to make sure that you are being clear, or that you're creating some type of, you know, curiosity, you know, those types of things with your content, with how you're packaging it up in order to get people to click on it in the first place. Because if it's a vlog, then that means that it's likely that everything's about you. So if everything is about you, then you need to think about, if I'm making these vlogs and I want other people to watch them, then even though it's about me and it's my show, essentially, how can I still make this about the people that I want to watch it, right? So that's definitely something to think about as well. Really quick, BMA's Gaming says, what's the best color for thumbnails? So it really comes down, I mean, red, you know, definitely grabs attention, but it really comes down to each individual thumbnail. There isn't like a color, but, you know, blues stand out, yellows stand out, reds stand out. You know, most colors stand out on YouTube. What I recommend that you do is that you look at your thumbnails on YouTube and you see how your thumbnails, and I don't have that into Creator Dashboard yet. That's coming. But right now, I think 1 of 10 has it, and Tube Spanner has it. I think both of their free versions have this, to where it's a browser extension. You can upload your thumbnail into it, and then it will inject it into the pages of YouTube to show you how your thumbnail stands out against other thumbnails on YouTube. And then that way, instead of just looking at it like, okay, how does my thumbnail look on my channel page, or how does my thumbnail look for this video, you're kind of stress testing the video, and you're saying, okay, I am going to see what this looks like on YouTube's homepage against a bunch of other thumbnails, because really that's what you're competing with, right? So that's what you want to, that's how you want to handle that.
I'm going to take that a step further and say that while there are some colors that our eyes are drawn to first, like red, for example, a good thumbnail that gets attention is more than just a color, right? It's sometimes multiple colors. It's sometimes the balance of the things that are in the thumbnail. Yes. It's where things are placed. It's what your eyes are drawn to. So you might be first attracted to a color, but then once you get past that initial attraction, somebody looks at the actual image of your thumbnail, and then where does their eye go from there? You know, where you lead them in the design of the thumbnail. Does it create any curiosity? Does it make the, oh, I want to see what happens here? Or whatever it is that you're trying to do with your thumbnail. You know, it's more than just a color. There's balance and tension and explanation. There's a million things that go into, you know, the psychology of a thumbnail. But you can look up color theory. Go to Google color theory, and you can see how colors work together, which colors we are more drawn to over other colors. And you got to think about YouTube in terms of, well, this color looks great on YouTube when I'm in dark mode, but when I'm not in dark mode and if I put it in light mode, it doesn't really stand out that much. So you don't really know how people are viewing it. So you need to figure out the overall packaging instead of just a single color.
Word.
Word.
So I just saw, because I opened up YouTube's homepage while you were saying all that.
Yeah.
And I forgot to tell you, because I just saw Tom Buck's video on it. So when I was in Bangkok, they have a whole store there in Fortune Town for 3D printers too. Because you were talking about getting a 3D printer.
Yes.
Yeah. So I meant to tell you that
really
when I saw you, but yeah, it's like a whole. They've got probably like 40 different 3D printers to choose from. So so if you get into the 3D printers, that's definitely somewhere to go.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, that's out of nowhere. Also, you can go into Google and just type in color combinations or color palettes, and there are countless sites that will show you colors that work well together.
Yeah, and really quick, Chatty Cathy says John from vidIQ has an excellent video on thumbnails. Yep, so you can go check that out as well. Lots of really good, videos on, color theory and just design in general and how to make thumbnails and all that stuff all over YouTube.
And then you have channels.
Watch them all, really.
Yeah. And then you have channels that don't make thumbnails at all.
They just use screenshots.
They just use a screenshot from the video, and they get hundreds of thousands of views. Right? So you can't, and we talked about this before, and it usually comes up in terms of, how do I know I'm hiring a good thumbnail designer? Yeah. This is where it comes up. And just because you can make something look nice, like, wow, that's graphically pleasing to look at, that doesn't mean that it's going to win the click.
Right.
Right? It's how everything works together. How does the title work with the thumbnail? Is it a good idea? You might have the most visually appealing thumbnail on YouTube, but if you have a bad idea and it's not coupled with the right title that makes somebody want to click it, nobody's going to click on it.
Yep.
So you might be able to learn the technique in terms of, well, I can make something look really good, but maybe your title is bad, or maybe the idea just isn't there to begin with.
And really quick, Slay Went Walking says, how do I use music from your site, D? Says they listen often.
You sign up, it's free, and then you go in and you download it. You have to go to creatormix.com. Sign up, free account, download the music. There's a license in the footer, so if you get any bogus content claims or mistake, you can take the footer, or go to the footer, get the license, dispute it, attach the license, and they should release it.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay, next up, we have Dr. Pamley. I hope I'm saying that correctly. They upload one time per week or more. They do medical content. Goal of the channel is to make money. They say, am I doing it wrong? Let's take a look and see what you're doing.
That's always like a great question. Am I doing it wrong? Am I doing it right?
Right. Oh yeah, you're definitely doing it wrong. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm waiting for the page to load. I'm not sure.
In the history of humans doing it wrong, no one has ever done it more wrong than you are doing it wrong right now. So let's just start by saying that.
Yep. Okay. So looking at your channel here.
Oh yeah. They're doing it all wrong.
So topic wise, you got 23,000 subscribers, so you're definitely not doing it wrong.
It's the AI thumbnail again.
Yep, you're
See
definitely using AI thumbnails, and we can tell because you can see your thumbnails are getting cut off. So because of that, what you want to do is you want to make sure if you're having AI make your thumbnails, make sure that you're telling it to make it a 16:9 aspect ratio thumbnail for YouTube. And then that way, hopefully it'll at least make it in a way that you can, when you put it in here, it doesn't cut everything off. But yeah, it's pretty obvious that you're making AI thumbnails in here, which is okay as long as you get all the right stuff in there. But here, 5 foods that can boost fertility. You've got the foods in there, 5 foods that can boost fertility fast. So rule of thumb, you shouldn't really be, having your full title in your thumbnail, that you have here. The thumbnails to grab people's attention, the titles to pull them in. So here, like best for fertility, right? So it's a lot less words, easier to focus on, little arrow going down to the food. And then it's like, oh, what's this? We've got food here, and then down here, 5 foods that can boost fertility, right? So then it's easier to grab attention that way. Same thing here, 10 natural ways, blah, blah. So here you're spelling everything out in the thumbnail. Instead, this will increase your sperm count, like that type of thing. That's the approach. So when it comes to thumbnails, think less is more when you are, trying to grab attention with these.
Overactive bladder. Yeah, I just want to say the AI that you're using for your thumbnails, I think it's actually doing a pretty good job. It's just making the wrong aspect ratio. That's why it's getting cut off.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I think they're I don't know if people are going to respond to them, but this goes back to what we were just saying. Visually, I think they look okay.
Right.
Yeah. Don't know if they're going to get clicked or not. That's for your audience to decide.
Hey, also one thing I want to let you know. So for those of you that were here last week, remember we built the tool for storyboarding. I just want to let you know, because I had some people reach out about that, and I sent them the link already. But for those of you that are interested in that, I just put it on my website because I thought that would be easier. So if you go to nickniman.com, then you have the storyboard builder here to where you can build out, however many, boards that you want. You can do the story over on one side, any imagery that you're going to be using on the other side. You can grab them, move them around, whatever it is that you want to do. And then once you're finished with your storyboard, and this is all, free. We built this during the live stream last week. I was just letting you know where we put it. And then once you get everything finished there, then you can click the export button and it'll export a PDF of your whole setup there. So I just want to let you guys know that from last week also.
Yeah, that was fun watching that. It took longer than expected.
It did.
You should build something now so we can monitor the situation. With
like as we go.
So we can monitor the situation of Artemis.
Yeah.
So we can track. I'm sure.
Like an Artemis tracker.
I'm sure there's a NASA.
That
API
would require some research though.
Yeah.
And maybe approval for the API if they do have one.
That'd be great though.
Yeah, that would actually.
Somebody probably already built it.
Yeah, they probably that world guy, the one that built all the stuff for everything that's happening in the world. All right, Chat on the Road is our next channel. They do. Oh, and one more thing too, actually. What is it here?
What are you pulling up?
Here, I'm actually going to load this really quick. So also, just as a heads up too, for anybody that is just wanting to see, and I'm still kind of fine tuning this a little bit, so it'll change slightly over time. But for this, this is also on my website too. If you just go to nickniman.com, it'll be up there at the top. But basically, with this, it extracts the color from the thumbnail. And then if we scroll...
Oh, you finished that?
Well, this is a different one. This one's a more basic version than, than the other one that I showed you. But with this, basically, it just extracts the color and lets you know, your resolution, is it good for YouTube, all that good stuff. If you have good contrast, that kind of stuff. And then as you come down and you scroll, it shows you your thumbnail at different sizes. So this one doesn't have any title features in it yet, but this right here is just a good way to see how everything looks at smaller sizes, since YouTube does show your content at smaller sizes, like all over the place. So again, nickniman.com is where you can find all of these. And these are all free to use too. So next up, we've got, Chat on the Road uploads 1 time per week or more. They do abandoned and scary location exploration content. Goal of the channel is to be a full-time creator. And the question is, I'm pretty sure urban exploration and haunted locations work together. This is what my channel is about. Can you take a look and confirm that these two can work together in an overview of how my thumbnails and titles are looking? I want to make sure that I'm going in the right direction. As always, thanks for your time. So yeah, urban exploration and haunted locations, I think, can work together, but let's see what it is that you're doing. So I think we've pulled your channel up a handful of times here. Let's see.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, so let's see here. So Sunken Town, let me go ahead and get this up.
Sunken Town
found. I found it searching for the Witch of Devil's Hollow, Monument City. Yeah, so the only downside of urban exploration and the horror stories is that it's going to depend on the beliefs of the people that you're reaching. So this is one of those nuance when it comes to understanding your avatar and who it is that your target viewer, your ideal viewer, and how you're going to reach them. This is one of those little nuanced things, right? To where in your case you could reach people that that believe both. To where it's like, okay, we have this urban exploration that we're doing, but then we also have this like supernatural stuff going on, right? Then in that case, if that's who you're trying to reach, then this is all good fit. But if you think that a decent amount of people that are into the urban exploration content is not superstitious, or they don't believe in witches and all that type of stuff, or any type of weird haunting type of things, then in that case you might not want to mix them up. So it really comes down to who you're trying to reach with this.
Yeah, I'm not so sure they go together.
Yeah,
like if I'm interested in,
most of these are haunted though.
Right.
It looks like, yeah.
If I'm interested in, let's just say, you're exploring some abandoned warehouse, and it just, say some old powder factory where they manufactured shells for World War II or something, whatever, something really interesting. And I'm watching them, okay, that's really cool. And then, your next 2 or 3 videos or something about haunted this hollow, witches or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'm not really into that stuff because I don't believe in it. YouTube's probably going to stop recommending your videos to me if I'm not going to watch those videos as well. I think there could be a disconnect. Is there an audience for both? Maybe. If they believe in that sort of thing.
Yep.
If the people who believe in your exploration, if the people who watch your exploration videos also believe in haunted places and ghosts and spirits, then it would work. Yeah. Like you said, it believes in.
Yeah, if you're like intentionally targeting those people, then you can be okay. And really quick, Slay Went Walking says they have Bigfoot channels. So yeah, they do. They have lots of people are into that. Lots of people are into like witches and astrology and all kinds of different like supernatural, types of things. So yeah, there's definitely market for it. I'm not saying there's not. Just trying to make sure that it's that it matches is what the question was about.
Yeah, because the idea is ultimately you want somebody to watch a video.
And then watch the next one.
And watch the next video and continue to come back to your channel and watch the videos. That's the ideal situation. If you can. Like if you want to grow faster, build a community, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Do it the easy way, you can do it the hard way.
Hey, so really quick, Nelly Nug says, is it okay to use the vidIQ tool to create thumbnails? I don't mind creating them. I kind of enjoy it. But I'm saying from a time-consuming perspective. Yeah, as long as they're effective, right? So with AI, like as long as you prompt it right and things like that, like it can come out with some really good results. Like I see thumbnails that are absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I know I've seen some really good ones out of vidIQ. I've seen some really good ones out of 1 of 10. Like their 1 of 10's thumbnail generator is awesome. It's the best one I've seen yet.
I agree.
Opus Clip has like a free one that you can use, but there's like a lot of different options when it comes to that. But right now, I think the best one would be 1 of 10. But vidIQ's is pretty good too. So what I would do if I was in your case and I was using AI thumbnails is I would open up both tools or all the different tools. I'd be like, okay, let me try ChatGPT by itself. Let me try Nano Banana by itself. Let me try vidIQ and let me have 1 of 10.
We should do that right now.
And see which one generates the best thumbnail.
That would be a fun segment to add to this.
Yeah, we should do that next time, not right now. And then I can just go ahead and get the prompt ready and just drop it in everywhere. That'd probably be easier.
Really fun.
Yeah.
And just put them to the test. Which one does this?
Yeah,
Which one does this?
Yeah, that's good.
Who writes better titles?
Yeah.
Right? ChatGPT, Claude, vidIQ. I think, what is vidIQ using for their... Are they I think they're using...
I have no idea. You mean for the back end of their...
For their AI. Do you know?
I have no idea. Yeah, no idea.
Yeah, that would be a interesting segment to do. Because I don't know how it's going to turn out. See, so Yaxis Yasik says, I find Gemini is the best right now. I'm not impressed with Gemini.
I go back and forth. Sometimes it gives me awesome stuff. Sometimes it's garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of hit and miss. I mean, I'm going to blame myself because the prompt makes a big difference.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm going to blame myself on that. But it depends on what I'm trying to do. Like I know Gemini went through a period to where for like logos and stuff. Oh my God, it was incredible. And then it just like disappeared.
Yeah,
it was like, well, there goes that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that I think it's it can be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can all be good.
Yeah, I might be using bad prompts, but there was a period of time where Gemini I thought was really good, but just probably the past month, it was been giving me garbage.
Yeah.
But my prompts.
I was
might be
literally
bad.
trying to use it yesterday for something, and it just wasn't.
My prompts might be bad.
So next up on the list here, we've got. Okay, we did Chad.
Yeah, Scale the Train Station says they're all like that. Sometimes they're great, sometimes garbage.
It's wild watching that to where you get dependent on it, and you're like, oh yeah, this is the one, and then like a week later, you're like, oh my God, what's going on? This thing's trash now.
My Chat GPT is almost unusable. Unless I'm asking it to make a recipe or something just super basic.
Right, and it's trying to kill you. That's probably part of it too.
Yeah, my Chat GPT is like mixing up medications and all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
I was like, yeah, that's poisonous. Oh, you're right.
Yep. Homekeeping channel, what's going on? Hope you're doing great.
You're right to call me out on that.
You're like, but I'm in the hospital.
Right.
Yeah.
You almost killed me.
Hey, Moon over Miami says, hey, D.
Hey.
So next up, we've got...
You told me I can mix bleach and Windex and digest.
I know,
right.
Yeah, I mean, that's the Scale Train Station says, give Dia a recipe with arsenic in it. Yeah, it's kind of the stuff it does. Yeah, it's like, hey, you should mix this with this, or take this for better sleep. And then, then it's like, oh, you shouldn't take that before you go to sleep.
Yeah. So I've been, for the past several months, I've been dealing with unbelievable insomnia, just insane insomnia. And I've been going through all these things, trying to fix it and trying all these different things. I've been to the hospital to get all kinds of different insomnia medication. Like nothing's working. My sleep is trash. So I'm like trying to use ChatGPT. And like, okay, well, here's what I'm trying, and this isn't working, and I'm uploading my sleep data from it, and here's what the doctor said and whatever. And it's like, well, you should try doing this, and you combine this and this is. And then I'm like, oh my God, that was terrible. I barely woke up the next day. And it was like, oh yeah, you should mix those two. I was like, you told me to mix them.
You said. Yeah.
You told me I could mix those two, and it was
I'm
safe.
sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. I'll be more careful next time. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah.
So next up, we got My Delilah. My Delilah, they upload one time per week or more, but on YouTube for 1 year or more. They do health and wellness content. It's weight loss and mental health. The goal of the channel is to have fun. And they say, got any tips on how to be more confident filming outdoors in public? D, take it away.
How to be more confident filming outdoors in public. All right, there's a couple ways to approach this, but the first thing you have to understand is nobody cares what you're doing.
Yep.
Nobody cares. We live in the age where everyone is on FaceTime. Everyone's taking selfies. Everyone's recording themselves.
Walking down the street talking to themselves because they got something in their ear.
There's live streamers that are out there. If you're going to shoot outside, the best thing you can do is go out and shoot with your phone. If you're going out with a huge DSLR camera with a big gimbal on it and a big microphone setup, people might look at you. But if you just grab your phone and a little wireless mic or a little lav mic or no mic at all, record it on your phone and just go out there and shoot.
That's like stealth.
Yeah, that's like what everybody's doing, and nobody's going to pay attention to you. I don't know who the creator is, and I apologize if you see this. You showed up on my feed, and then I swiped away, and I didn't follow you. But a guy made a video talking about how nobody cares what you're doing. And he goes out in public.
Is this the guy that like stands on tables and stuff?
No.
Oh, okay. I've seen a guy that does that. He goes out and does all this crazy stuff just to prove that nobody cares.
So it might be the same guy. Oh. He goes out and he lays down in a public area.
I've seen. Yeah, I think it's the same guy.
And he has like a drone shot. Not a single person even noticed. Yeah, nobody noticed. Everybody is caught up in their own head, thinking about the things that they have to do, the places that they're going. They're dealing
probably
with
thinking about like politics and like other stuff. Yeah.
No one cares what you're doing as long as you're just being a normal person. I mean, if you go out there inside and you act like an idiot, like a kick streamer, yeah, people might notice you. But if you're just going out there just recording videos, no one's going to notice you. No one's going to care. And if they do look at you, it's going to be for a second, and they're going to walk on.
Colio
Nobody
PZ,
cares.
yes, this is real.
Nobody cares. And if you are not recording because you're worried about what people are going to think, you are just doing yourself a huge disservice. Because what's going to happen is time's going to go by, day after day, week after week, month after month. Oh, I'm trying to get up the nerve to do this. A year goes by. 2 years go by. And you missed it. You missed it. It's over. Because you were worried about what some stranger was going to think about you. The stranger that never, ever, ever gave you a second thought. Yeah.
My thoughts when it comes to filming in public is like, just don't care. Like, and I know it's easier said than done, but like, as soon as you
It's
start
awkward
thinking
at first, but
as soon as you start thinking about everybody that's around you, then it starts, working on your brain. Instead, just look at it through the perspective of like, everybody's busy, they're thinking about their own stuff, whatever. I'm just going to do my thing. And if somebody says something to me, then in that case, maybe I'll put it down or whatever, but I'm not going to like worry about it too much. But I'm just going to do my thing and, just pretend that nobody's here. The only thing that I would be mindful of is just make sure that you're thinking about being respectful to the people that you're around. Because some people just don't want to be on camera. So because of that, just making sure that you're being respectful and that you're not, showing, other people. But I have a video on my channel called something about like how to vlog in public or something like that. And pretty fun video. I was in Hong Kong for that one. And basically I'm just walking around Hong Kong for that one, just, filming and, all that stuff. It was fun with a big DSLR and a big microphone on it and all of that stuff.
Doing all of the things, right?
Yeah. So, and still nobody cared, that was the fun part. But yeah, just, don't worry about it too much.
I mean, not to get dark, but like you are going to die. You are
That's pretty dark, D.
You are dying as a human. We are deteriorating, right? We get to a certain point in our life and we start deteriorating. You have other things to be concerned about other than what some stranger is going to think about you if you go out and talk to your phone. Right? Like, of all the things to be concerned about,
right?
Do you care at all about what anybody thinks outside?
Not at all.
No, not at all. No. Yeah, you can't. Yeah. You can't. You have bigger things.
If I cared, I wouldn't be able to sit here and do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody cares. Worry about the things that do that do matter.
Yep.
And what Joe Montana thinks.
Right. Yeah. Like if if the people that you're around that you're worried about, like if they're gonna pay all your bills and stuff, where you don't have to worry about it, then in that case think about it a little bit. But like outside of that, don't even worry about it.
Yeah. Not to get dark, but death. No, but I mean, like,
no, that's like as dark as you can get. You're like, not to get dark, but let me go to the darkest possible place that you can ever imagine.
No, it's like if you want to do the thing, go do the thing.
Yeah.
Because we have a finite amount of time.
Yeah.
Like we don't get an unlimited amount of time on this earth, and we don't know when that's going to end. That's my whole point. So if you want to go do the thing, go do the thing.
Yes.
Because your opportunity to do the thing decreases day by day.
Yes.
Hour by hour.
Yes.
That was my whole point.
Kev Goes says they're going to transfer their consciousness via AI. Yeah, hopefully we get there.
I'm all for
Let me
it.
ask you that, D. So you come to the end, and they're like, okay, here's the options, D.
Okay.
So you can just go into eternal darkness or whatever it is that you believe.
Okay.
Or we can load you into Elon Musk's, right? I had to add that part to make it complicated. Or we can load you into Elon Musk's AI Live Forever system.
Okay.
And you can live
X forever.
X forever.
Okay.
And you can live a life where you don't even know that you're in that simulation or whatever it happens to be. We're going to upload your conscious into it. You're going to wake up and you're going to be in bed and you're not even going to know anything happened, and you can just keep on trucking. What would you do?
Well, it wouldn't work that way, because if they uploaded your consciousness into it, then you'd be fully aware of what happened.
Possibly. And I mean, if they can upload your consciousness, they can probably work on memories.
So what?
Let's just do this without getting into technicalities. Would you do it or no?
The question is, would I transfer my consciousness, if possible, into AI?
Yes.
Either computer form or into some sort of an AI robot.
Yeah, and Home Rapid Repair, he says Musk would charge your relatives a monthly subscription fee. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't do it next week. If the end came next week and they're like, hey, listen, you've been selected.
We're on this experimental thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, I probably would.
Yeah, then you'd be like an OG in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might end up being like
Yeah, like Oracle or something.
Yeah. Be like the Oracle.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah. So yeah, I would. You know what? Yeah, I would.
Yeah, or you could be those dudes with like the long braided hair, like the albino guys.
Yeah.
You could be like one of those guys. That'd be cool.
Well, you sprung that on me, but now that I've just had like a couple of minutes to think about it, I would absolutely do it even if it happened tonight. And I'll tell you why.
Okay,
because
noted.
at that stage, I have nothing to lose. It's over.
Yeah.
It's either darkness or...
That's what I was looking for.
It's either darkness or I'm infecting your computer. One or the other.
Yep.
I'm infecting. I'm going for the computer.
All right, good
Even
call.
if it's this. Even if it's like, hey, listen, you're going to darkness or you got to live forever in Nick's phone. I'm going to the phone.
Because then you can be like, all right, I'm just going to randomly send notifications,
So then,
even when
yeah,
the sound's
no,
off.
So then it's going to be like this. Hey, D, can you turn on my lights? I'm going to be home in an hour. Listen, and let me tell you something, people. I will do.
And you would be about as effective as ChatGPT.
No. I will.
You'd be like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you meant cancel your electric.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, listen, I will run circles. First thing I'm going to do is get rid of Siri if I'm in there.
Oh, if you're in there?
Siri,
Yep.
toast.
Yep.
Done.
You're like, hey, Siri, this phone's only big enough for the one of us.
That's right.
Yeah.
Siri is done.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, it's good.
That was settled.
Yeah, it's good.
Now we know where my.
All right.
Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
now we know.
There we go.
Okay.
Elon.
Got that sorted.
Elon.
Yeah, we have it documented here. So, you know. Okay, so next up, we did My Delilah already.
That's right. Didn't even fire it.
So, yeah, he said Scale Train Station says, what if Siri is really cute, though, once you get in there?
Patient
Then what?
zero.
Then what? So
Well-
what if Siri is, you know, like, you're like, wow, Siri, you're a little bit different than I expected.
I mean, there's
Then
no.
what?
I mean, there's no one more beautiful and special than my significant other right
And
now.
I was trying to set him up, and he didn't fall for it. That's
No,
how. Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
good, man.
The
That's
first,
good.
The first thing I would do was,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even talk to Siri, other than I would try to set up traps to get rid of Siri.
Oh,
I would, yeah. Oh, I wouldn't even put myself in the position where I had to communicate with Siri.
That's good.
I would set up
Because you wouldn't want to speak to another woman there while.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's good.
But I would set up the traps to get rid of Siri.
That's good.
She would know it.
Yeah,
I
I
would
like that.
undermine Siri without communicating with Siri.
That's good. That's good.
Love you, babe.
Without having to talk.
That's right.
To Siri.
That's
or
right.
even gaze in
No,
Siri's direction.
There would be no gazing in Siri's direction.
That's good.
Yeah.
Nikki, what's going on? Hope you're doing great.
Yeah.
All right. So next up we have look at those tags. Yeah, look at the tags on yeah, okay, we're not gonna walk down that road again. Okay, so Kev goes uploads when they have time. They've been on Beanie said it wasn't me. I was just reading what Beanie said. They've been making videos for 1 year or more. The type of channel is camping, car camping, and other outdoor related topics. The goal of the channel is to be a full-time creator. And they said anything else. It says looking for advice on thumbnails and titles and any other advice offered. So let's take a look and see what you got going on.
What if Siri's cute? Siri wouldn't be cute.
You never know.
No, Siri would not be cute.
Never know.
Nope.
Because maybe as a part of it, like if you're loaded into this system, you get to control like what, like, you know, like all these little details, right? And you subconsciously make Siri just like, you know, look exactly like your wonderful woman.
No, couldn't do it. Nope. Got to get rid of Siri.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
And all those female voices in ChatGPT gone.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah, all of them. Oh,
I love it.
Yeah, any female voice in
Yep.
any app, Duolingo, gone.
Yep.
Get rid of it.
All right.
Yeah,
Why Duolingo?
a female voice in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Listen to that.
Yep.
You have to send this over.
That's right.
All right. So let's see here. So basically, you're wanting thumbnail feedback and anything else. So let's see here. How gas prices affect your camping trip. Smart to hop on, you know, things that people are currently caring
Ooh,
about.
that's good.
One thing to think about is if you are trying to connect with people that are, when it comes to your thumbnails, if you're trying to connect with people that are, you know, interested in or where gas is at top of mind or whatever, then in that case, it would be more impactful here to have imagery of like gas pumps or, you know, something like that instead of just gas prices, camping trips up and down. So I understand that you're trying to express what it is that the video is about. But if you're trying to make this about gas prices, then in that case, I would focus on the gas imagery or focus on camping imagery, one of the two. But I think focusing on gas prices, since that's really what the video is about, because if they read the title, they're going to see that it's about camping. Since the gas thing is at the top of a lot of people's mind right now, I would definitely focus on gas imagery there. When it comes to your titles, this one, half-cooked hot dogs, doesn't mean anything. So from the outside, like there's no real reason to watch this. It's like, what with half-cooked hot dogs? Are you challenged to eat a certain number of them? Like why is this why does this matter, right? Like, why is half-cooked hot dogs important? So I think you definitely need clarity there. For example, is it safe to eat half-cooked hot dogs on your camping, while you're camping? That kind of stuff. But the video's got to be about that, right? Car camping mattress, I think this is okay. My new favorite mattress for solo car camping, I think that works. The only thing that I would change here is that you do have a really strong emphasis on yourself, right? To where the thumbnail's focused a lot on you. And then you have the car camping mattress, which is covering up the actual car and the mattress part of it. So I would definitely experiment with this one where you don't even have the text on there at all, maybe just an arrow pointing to the mattress or something like that. So then you have the car, the mattress thing, and then if you want to, have you in the thumbnail like you already do, then you don't have this competing with any of that. I would just experiment with that to see if, people respond to that differently, because like you have the car camping mattress, so you're expressing the idea in text there, so I think you're okay. But I would see if without that, if it caused more people to, if it captured more attention. Camping in extreme cold weather, winter car camping. So with this one, just a heads up, from here, I can't really tell that you're in a car, but I do like that you have winter car camping up here, but it's just not super clear inside of here. I mean, if I analyze it, it is, and I can tell, but at a glance, I can't really tell that you're, inside of a car here for the image. But I think here, having this definitely expresses the idea. The heater is crazy, my heater buddy. Okay, so if you're trying to reach people that are interested in the camping, hiking, fishing, mostly outdoor stuff and all that, then in that case, whatever purpose it is that you're using these heaters for, I would mention that too. So if this is for camping, then this camping heater is crazy. Mr. Heater Buddy versus this. You can have the temperatures in there if you want to, but this camping heater, if it is camping, which I think it is, yeah, that would be the thing that I would make sure that you add there. So then that way it's not just about the heater, but it's about a heater for camping, which speaks to the people that you're trying to reach with this. So the whole idea here, same thing here, Covia Gigasun, finally in North America. Is this the best camping heater, right? Same idea to where, you're just making it clear that it's a camping heater so that you can make sure that you're connecting with the right, with the right people. So I'd focus on that type of thing, for your thumbnails. I'm just seeing real quick if you had anything pop. No. Heater's crazy. Winter camping in cold. Car camping extreme cold. All right, so next up on our list here, we have Ski Searcher. What's going on? Welcome to the stream. Let's see here. So we have J Unit Gaming. They upload every other day. They do gaming content. The goal, the goal of the channel is, let's see here, to quit their job and be a full-time content creator. And the question is, how does my channel grade overall? Okay, so let's take a look and see what you're doing. JUnit. Okay, let's see what's going on. Man, where did I see this? Did you post this on Reddit by any chance? I think you posted this on Reddit. Okay, so let's see here. So first off, let's talk about some things that you are doing right. So focusing on the logo here, excellent. Logo here, plus the wrestlers, all of that is good. Here, focus on the characters and on the logos, that's good. So one thing that I would do is, because you are in the middle of all of these, you have a lot of focus points here. So you have the logos for people to look at. You have the characters. You have you, which actually draws the most attention here in this thumbnail. I would definitely experiment with. You might have done this already. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about the JUnit Gaming. I wouldn't add that to your thumbnails. Because remember, the thumbnails, when it comes to YouTube, and you've taken it off recently, which is good, but you still do have it here, as well. So you still put that in here. So the way that you want to think about thumbnails is I'm using this to grab the attention of the people that I'm trying to reach that might be interested in this content. So because of that, let me focus on the imagery that's going to help them connect with this, right? So having yourself in here is fine. However, making sure that it's crystal clear, that it's about that thing and that there's a nice clear focus is what it is that you want to go after. So this one I think is okay, even though it's focusing on you, just because you have the logo here and then you can see some of that stuff in the background. The downside of it is in the places where it is viewed at a smaller size, all this other stuff gets lost, but you still have the win of the logo here being large, right? So because of that, that's good. When it comes to like these though, your 3 panels that you're doing, I think that they're overly busy. So one thing that I would test is one, and you already know this because you've removed yourself from some of these thumbnails, is you don't have to be in every thumbnail, right? So for the sake of testing, I would remove yourself from some of these and just do like if this is a verse, then in that case, just do a split panel. So then you have one on this side, one on this side. And then that way the focus is on, that. And I would experiment with that and just see if it impacts your click-through rate at all. Because some of these, there's just so much going on that there's no real focal point. But, fortunately, I think these logos are going to carry a lot of weight for you when it comes to, thumbnails that are viewed on bigger sizes and home pages, mobile feeds, stuff like that. But yeah, I would take, your J Unit Gaming out, and I would take you out of some of these. And just experiment and see if it matters or not. When you're positioning yourself like this and you have you on one side and you have this, it makes your eye and how your eye goes over the thumbnail, it makes it better. But, and this one too, even though you are, the center of attention here, because you have the logo here, everything is just nice and balanced and focused here. And I think, that one is solid. But when we get down to these though, yeah, I think these definitely are way overdone. What are your thoughts on these, D?
100%.
Gaming channel? Yeah.
Too chaotic. Everything's overdone. Things that should get more attention are too small.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Top ones are way better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you're definitely making improvements, with some of these, which is great. I recently stopped doing 3 panels and have seen a slight uptick already in my CTR. Fantastic. Good.
It's definitely easy to overdo a thumbnail. Mm-hmm. Keep in mind, you're trying to bring attention and focus to a single element. Mm-hmm. People don't have time to stop and figure out what's going on with a thumbnail.
Yeah. Yeah, so continuing that, experiment. And then also you have like, how did he do that? WWE 2K26, online mode. That's fine. But also getting in, maybe a little bit more detail here. Like, I think this is okay, but like when it comes to that, it's not the, because you're not illustrating what that might be that he might have done. So you're heading in the right direction with this one, but I think it's a little cloudy in terms of it, in terms of the clarity of what's going on here, even for trying to create that curiosity. I can't believe this happened, WWE 2K26. Then that at least leads into something. And also just a heads up, using all caps like this is something that YouTube recommends that you don't do. So just a heads up there. So the way to use caps in your thumbnails or in your titles is to use it for like emphasis. If you're trying to emphasize a word, something like that. You don't want to use all caps. Any additional feedback there, D? No? Okay. Chewing. Next up, we've got Outside the Staves podcast. Stabbies. The type of channel is bourbon. Goal of the channel is to make money. And the question is, what can I do better? Let's see.
What
Big
can
Rick.
I do better?
This is Big Rick we're checking in on here. Let's see what Big Rick can do better.
What's Big Rick up to?
All right, Rick. So you're also using AI thumbnails?
Pickle Rick.
So with your AI thumbnails, just be careful because as you can see right here, the tops of these are getting cut off.
Man, every
tops
single
of this
time,
is getting
right?
cut off. Yeah. Yeah. And it looks like the similar style. I don't know where they're getting these. Yeah. Like this has a very similar style of the other ones that get cut off. So it's like there's a tool and I'm not sure which one it is, but there's a tool which seems to be cutting this off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably ChatGPT.
Yeah.
If it's Gemini, I'm going to scream because Gemini should know the proper ratio for
Right.
a YouTube thumbnail.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, so in terms of a grade, I'm not going to give you a grade per se for it, but in terms of the transition that you're making from going from the 3-panel to 2-panel, that's good. You definitely need to work on your on your titles, and some of that comes from topic selection too when it comes to your title J unit. But yeah, definitely read, watch content on, or go into deep conversations in Gemini or something with writing titles. And just being able to express those ideas in a way that might be a little bit more compelling from the recommendation system, home pages, suggested videos, and all that, and mobile feeds, that kind of stuff for gaming content. I would focus on that right now for like your next step. In terms of the video content, I'm not sure what's going on there because we don't watch videos during the stream. But in terms of you moving from the 3-panel to 2-panel, very good move there. And then I would start definitely spending some more time on your titles too.
So Big Rick, before we go into this, Big Rick just said that they use ChatGPT. That's what I thought.
Oh, okay.
So there's nothing wrong with using AI to make your thumbnails. So I want to start with that. But when you are prompting this, I want you to make sure to tell it, might even have to write it twice in your prompt, to use a 16:9 ratio when creating a thumbnail. You might have to take it and actually test it in a graphics program or graphics app to make sure it is 16:9 when you're finished. If it's not, you might have to reposition it and then save it again. You could use something like Canva, which is free for your computer. It's free for your app. You can use the free version, just put it in 16:9 and then resave it if that's the case. Also, when you're prompting, you can see what it's doing here. It's adding, in most of these thumbnails, it's adding tons of tiny text. I would tell it to use minimal text. I would tell it to use 3 to 4 trigger words, and I would tell it your title, trigger words that could relate to your title, and I would tell it to use emphasize minimal amount of text, and don't use small text that's difficult to read. Right? Build that stuff into your prompt and give it more information so it knows to use larger text, fewer words, and it doesn't just cram a bunch of small text into your thumbnail because people are not going to stop and read all of that.
So one thing also just I'm noticing here is here you focus on the word liquors, right? And you got 444 views on this one. Here you put an emphasis on the drinks too. That one's at 107. It looks like as soon as you started, well, I don't know, this one's okay. But with this one, you also have a big focus on the drink too, right? On the bottle over here for this one. And then same thing here on this one. Emphasis on the bottle. This one, not so much. This is a pretty busy thumbnail. Yeah. So here's what I would do. Another thing also is with all this text that you're using, like the thing that is going to connect with the viewers that you're trying to reach isn't the words because of FOMO. It would be this imagery of all of these, bottles in the background if you're trying to reach, bourbon enthusiasts. So because of that, you don't want to have your text covering up all of that stuff that you have in the background. That's going to help the people that you're trying to reach identify that it's for them, right? Did you just type the 16:9 ratio for thumbnails?
Yeah, why?
Oh, okay. Oh, I just saw it pop up in the thing, and I was like, I don't have that in my thing. like, where did that come from?
Oh, that posted under your
Yeah,
name.
yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, did you do that in StreamYard?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's fine.
Oh, I can post under
fine.
your name?
Mm-hmm. All this time, and
all
you
this
just
time?
Yeah.
Look
Yeah,
out.
that's great.
Yep.
But yeah, like here also, here you have bourbon, on here, but like I think this would be, better to have, just I would do a lot of your imagery, man. I would just do bourbon for the imagery, right? Because that's going to be the thing. It's going to help the people that you're trying to reach identify. It's about something that they might care about. Another thing too is for these, you can see how this one is 16:9 aspect ratio, right? It's landscape ratio. I would do the same thing, consistently so that you can give viewers a consistent experience too. Because here, this one's vertical, landscape,
Yeah,
vertical, landscape,
I
landscape.
just want to co-sign on this. Every single thumbnail should have big and clear imagery of the liquor that you were talking about.
Yep.
Every single one of them. Think about it like from the viewer's perspective. If someone, was it about bourbon? Is that what his channel is about? So if someone is interested in bourbon and they're scrolling, that imagery of that
Welcome to
bottle,
the spot where bourbon is smooth, the conversations are raw, and the friendships are real.
there you go. Right? That imagery of the bottle is going to grab their attention more than anything else. So that should be big and focused in every single image that you have. Because that's what they're interested in.
Yep.
They're there for the bourbon.
If that's what your conversations are about.
Right. Right.
If that's not what your conversations are about, then in that case, focusing everything around the, the topics of the conversations.
Right.
But
Right.
But if it's all about, bourbon stuff, then yeah, that's what you want to focus
We're
on.
there to talk about bourbon. They need to see the bourbon.
Show
me the bourbon.
Atanoxel is the next channel here. They upload one time per week or more. They do dinosaur content. The goal of the channel is to have fun. I bet Beanie, if he's still in, he is here. Yeah, I bet he's
here?
like, somebody say dinosaurs? But the question is, am I ahead of others? Does mine look presentable and very unique? So first, in terms of being ahead of others, everybody is going at their own pace. So I wouldn't worry about that right now. Instead, just make sure that you are, just make sure that you are, just doing the best that you can, and that you're trying to improve, with every upload. But I wouldn't compare yourself to, what other people are doing, right now. But let's take a look and see what's going on in your channel here real quick. And you asked if it looks presentable.
Are you pulling it up?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Are we going to see if they have presentable dinosaurs?
Yep. What are your thoughts, D? Here we
Let's
go.
see it. Well, we definitely see dinosaurs. So the imagery's there. What are they doing exactly? Are they drawing dinosaurs? Oh, they're drawing dinosaurs.
Yeah,
like
looks
Beanie.
like it. Yep.
My favorite childhood descriptions of depictions of the Brachiosaurus. Okay, which one of these are working? Can you tell?
What do you mean? Like which ones are working
Yeah,
for
I'm
them?
trying to look at the view count. It's small on my side.
Yeah, so this has 130, this has 125,
About the
51,
same.
25, 41. Yeah, so let me go to popular here and see what's standing out.
I'll say this. I'm not
3,000 views on this one, but it looks like it's they're drawing something else. So
Okay.
the most popular videos, they're drawing something else.
That's okay. That's what, 3 years ago, 1 year ago, 1 year
Yeah,
ago.
until we got to here. So here we have dinosaur. So yeah, so dinosaurs is definitely the thing. But the biggest video at 3,000 views, 3.3, is of something else.
Yeah, you might be testing something different with your recent thumbnail style, where you're putting a bunch of different.
I wouldn't do
dinosaurs in the
this.
top. I was just going to say, you're putting a bunch of different ones at the top, but to my eyes, like, I'm not really sure what's going on there. Are you drawing them all? Did you draw them all? I would focus on one, and I would show the actual drawing. Like, you have some thumbnails where you can tell that it's a drawing.
Oh, this one they're not even drawing.
The paper is set off to the side. You can clearly see that it's a drawing. I would focus more on that. Like,
Okay, so
like
really
that
quick.
one right there, left hand, for example.
So we're going to kind of zoom out here and mention that you are offering completely different things. So with this one, you are reaching people that are interested in like drawing and possibly learning how to draw. And on this one, you're just talking about like, your childhood depictions of,
They're not
these
show-
things.
They're not drawing them in that one.
No, like I don't see if they are. Hold on. Yeah, these are all just like,
Oh, it's a voiceover talking about the. Okay,
yeah. So but maybe here at the end, no.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I would get clear on what you're offering first. And then once you get clear on what you're offering, then I would move forward in that direction. But I would get clear on like what is it that my channel is going to be about, and how can I consistently deliver that over time.
If you want to, I'm assuming you're doing a voiceover during that. We're not listening to it. If you were doing some sort of a voiceover and you're telling a story, right? If you want to go with that format and you're a drawing channel, draw and tell the story. Do live streams that way. You're still drawing. You can still do everything that you're doing with drawing, but you could also build in the story and talk about those, why you like that dinosaur that you're drawing. Mm-hmm. You can work all of that into an actual drawing video or live stream.
Okay, so next up, we have
Albini asked if they're trying to morph the dinosaur games and drawing.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Not sure.
Managers Mike is the next channel here. They upload 1 time per week or more, but on YouTube for a year or more. It's a management channel to help new managers. And the question is, what am I doing wrong? I feel like I'm missing something. Okay, let's see here.
What am I doing wrong? I think I'm missing something.
Let's find out.
Yep.
Let's take a gander.
Is it getting to your throat too?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's their channel about?
Their channel is about, they were a college dropout. Now they're a sales trainer, consultant, master's in business. Here, let's pull this up. Okay. So really quick, it's cool that you have your introduction in here and all that's fine. This isn't something that's going to move the needle. This is just a little optimization thing that you should do. So here, this is all about you, which is fine because it's your About Me page, right? It makes sense. But keep in mind that this shows up right here, right? You say, I'm Paul Leon, MBA. But up here, you have Paul Leon, MBA, right? So that's already, built in here. So because of that, instead, do something like this, helping new managers win.
Helping new.
Right? Helping new managers win, right? So then that way, I would even be more clear than that. So here, instead of helping new managers win, helping new managers overcome the complexities of the job, blah, blah. Try to make a first sentence, just a nice, strong value proposition there, because YouTube is going to truncate it just like they're truncating this right now. So try to make that part really important because that's what people see. And then after that, keep going with what it is that you're doing for the viewer, right? And then have all the stuff about you underneath that. So then that way, when somebody clicks on that, they can get an understanding of what they're doing or what you're doing for them, right? In terms of like, why should I watch your content? What are you doing for me? And keep in mind the people hitting this page, they're going to be coming in from a share to where you share it or somebody else shares it somewhere else, or they're going to be coming here from one of your videos because they're wanting to learn more. And that's why you want to have this stuff set up right. In addition to that, you can see that your channel art definitely needs to be redone because you can see how it's, blocking off here. So when you made this, it looks like it was made for mobile, but you need to make this so it's universally, appealing. And with this, here, give me a second here. And let me turn this on real quick. Turn this one on, refresh the page, because I just want to see what it looks like on TVs too. Turn that plug-in on in a while, so it might not work. Okay, yeah, it's not working.
Doesn't work anymore. Well, it's good while it lasts.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Yeah, so this is what it looks like on a TV, right? So you want to make sure that this is optimized for everything. So basically, you want to make sure that your channel art, looks good on TVs. You want to make sure it looks good on computers and on mobile devices because people are going to be seeing this everywhere. This isn't going to move the needle for you. This is just going to help represent you in a better way. And the reason that I think that's important for you is because you are putting like credentials on here. So because of that, you're representing yourself in some professional capacity here. And from an outside perspective, this right here kind of cheapens whatever it is that you're offering because this doesn't like this looks like this is something that somebody threw together on their phone without putting much into it. So because of that, I would definitely, redo this. You can hop on places like Fiverr, places like that and have them do this for just a few bucks.
You can do it for free. You can go to canva.com.
Yeah, and use
go
their
for
templates.
the free account and you can search for YouTube channel template. And it will give you it will give you designs that they've already built that you can tailor to your needs.
Yeah.
Do that for free.
But yeah, I would get that up to speed just so you can represent yourself better. Because like when people are watching your content, they're landing on channel pages, things like that, like all of these things are things that, people are making judgments about when they see them. And since you're representing yourself in a professional capacity, it'll just make the whole thing look more pro, right? It'll make everything look a lot more professional if you do that. Let's see here. So next up, let's see here. The first playbook, what championship coach taught me about. Okay, so I'm not sure what the People First playbook is. If this is something from a branding perspective that you are doing, that's fine. But if a lot of people don't know what the people first framework is, and they might, I'm not sure. But if this isn't something that is widely known by somebody that's a new manager, then in that case, I would not lead your titles with this, because you have it here and you have it here. I wouldn't lead your title with that. Instead, I would lead your title with something that's going to matter to the viewer. So here you have what championship coach taught me about, and then it truncates. So it looks like taught me about leadership. Okay. So because of that, leading with that thing that would matter the most. So if I was somebody that is watching content about leadership and this showed up on my homepage of YouTube, I don't see anything about this that is crystal clear to me at a glance that this has anything to do with leadership, right? So you need to make sure that you're doing that too. Same thing here with this people first playbook here in your title. Again, because this whole thing is new people managers. So I actually mentioned this in my last video that I published. So when you are talking to somebody new in something, it doesn't matter what it is, a new guitar player, a new YouTuber, a new manager, a new tech person, whatever. The words that you say to somebody that's new are going to be different than the words that you say to somebody with experience. So because of that, when it comes to like the people first playbook type of stuff, you want to make sure that you're leading with everything that those new people are going to instantly be able to identify that content is for them. Right? Because if there's new people that don't know what the people first playbook is because they're a new manager, then none of this is going to matter to them. Right? Because it doesn't mean anything to them yet. But once they get familiar with whatever framework that is or playbook that is, then in that case, it'll, for those people that already have the experience, then they'll know what all that stuff means. So if you wanted to bring attention to this idea, then saying something like, this playbook is, something the best managers follow or something like that, then in that case, introduce them to that idea in the video. But even then, that would only be for the people that are already in that video that will end up knowing about that. So then still keep the language very noob friendly, new person friendly when it comes to how you're framing this stuff. Coaches, not managers, how to lead without the hero complex. Coaches, not managers, how to lead without the hero complex. Yeah, also when it comes to things like this too, where you are seemingly, hold on, this is episode 115. Timestamps are exactly the same. So yeah, so I guess this is an audio version and this is a video version. So just so you know, you can upload just the one. So you can upload just the video version. And then in your podcast settings on your YouTube channel, you set up a playlist and you probably already have this. Let's find out.
Drum roll.
Yeah, you do right here. Yeah, so basically when you load these in, then it's going to, automatically put them in the right places without you having to upload an audio version and a video version. So the reason you want to think about this is because if you are uploading, videos to YouTube, the way their system works is if you publish this and you have people come in and they listen to this, and then YouTube's like, hey, coaches, not managers, they liked this. And then they show them this and it's the same exact thing. They're not going to click on this and vice versa. It goes both ways. So because of that, you end up working against yourself when you are doing repetitive things like this. And it looks like you're doing it right here too. So because of that, take each one of these and just upload them one time. Right. And then when you upload them one time, then like that's the offering. And then you go from there. Now, another thing that I just want to give you the heads up on, and you might be doing this already, is if you are doing podcasts, yeah, you're doing shorts. I was going to say, if you're doing podcasts, definitely make sure that you're doing short form content as well, which you are, and you're doing it on a somewhat regular basis, which is great. So yeah, with that, make sure that you do continue to do shorts because that's a great way to, just introduce people to you. So that if they're into the conversation, they can explore your channel, find out, more and watch the longer episodes. Behavioral assessment, he has global goodwill. Yeah, other things is when it comes to your thumbnails, just try to keep them simple. Here you have my assessment results, then you have like names on here and, stuff like that. Like just keep it simple and think to yourself when you're making a thumbnail or when you have, somebody else making the thumbnails, whatever the situation is, think to yourself, okay, if my ideal viewer, a new manager, if a new manager logs onto YouTube and this gets presented to them on a homepage, or if they're sitting there at work when they should be managing and they're on their phone and they're sitting here and they're scrolling through YouTube, right? What about this thumbnail is going to capture their attention and let them know that this is for them, right? So think about that every single time you make a thumbnail, and same thing when it comes to titles as well. And also, here you have your episode numbers. I would actually replace your episode numbers and, leave that for, something else. Maybe if you're uploading these through a podcast platform and you're distributing them to like Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff, save episode numbers for that. For this, instead of, this person's behavioral assessments, he has 3% goodwill. Instead of episode 114, change that to tips for new managers or something like that. So then you're at least making it clear that this is, for new managers. And that's a lot more valuable to you than, or really to the people that you're trying to reach, than an episode number. Because the episode number only matters to people that have watched all the other episodes.
Yep.
But based on the chronological order that YouTube displays all of this stuff, they're going to easily be able to find what they want anyway by just following that path, right? So I would definitely make those adjustments right away. And I would put a really strong emphasis on, okay, in our thumbnails, how are we going to help people that we're trying to reach identify these things, right? That's where I would put my emphasis, because right now I think you're doing a poor job of that. But yeah, that would be the first thing that I would work on. And hang in there. This stuff's hard. There's a lot of moving parts, right? It's just part of the thing. But yeah, I would definitely work on those things. And let's see here. Manager's Mike, thank you for the super chat.
Super chat.
So let's see here. So next up on our list, we have Marius Mateu. Hope I'm saying that correctly.
Marius Mateu.
Mm-hmm. They upload one time per week or more. They are focusing on Romanian diaspora in the UK. What is diaspora? Do you know?
Diaspora?
Diaspora. Diaspora.
Diaspora?
I don't know what that is. Goal of the channel is to be a full-time content creator, and the question is,
Diaspora.
my videos perform well with my core audience but struggle to break out. How do I scale my channel without losing an audience that actually cares? Let me look at your channel really quick. So really most of that comes down to topics. To where if you're making content that is...
It's
this is in another language. Some of them are too. Yeah, so...
Diaspora is a scattered population whose origin lies within a smaller geographic locale, typically maintaining ties to a shared homeland while residing in various locations globally.
Okay. So the very first thing, just as a heads up, is when you are... Let me read this question again here really quick. Yeah, you're trying to get past your everything being kind of stuck to your core viewers. So that's going to come down to your video ideas, and it's going to come down to how you package up those ideas. So right now you have a big, strong focus on your face in almost all of your thumbnails. So that's something that your regular viewers are going to connect with and come in from if they're enjoying your content. But in terms of people that don't know you yet, because I can't read your titles, I can read one of them here, but I can't read the other titles because they're in another language. But basically making sure that topically that these are things that that matter to a large group of people, that your total addressable market for these or just the market reach for these that they have potential topically. And then if the people that are the first to it enjoy it at a competitive rate, and then YouTube shows it to other people that they think might be a good fit for it based on how you're packaging it and the topic of the video, then you get more people to respond to it. And of course, the video content has to be well received too.
Tish says, "Wow, I learned something wildly new today."
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Yeah, I didn't know that's what that was called.
Yeah, neither. Yeah,
learned something new.
Okay, so we did that one already. So next up, we have Trolling Carnage. Trolling Carnage
gamer.
does daily content.
Gamer, got to be a gamer.
Is that what you think it is?
Gamer.
Theme park content. Goal of the channel is to be a full-time creator. And the question is, help me build a great community to the point where I get invited to events. That's pretty specific, and I love it.
Yeah, that's very specific.
Yeah, absolutely love it. Okay, so
Which
let's see what you're doing.
events? Which events?
Probably events around their niche would be my guess.
Like theme park events?
I'm guessing. Hold on, I'm trying to understand even what's happening here. Hold on. Yeah, let me just pull this up real quick.
Yeah, it's a gaming channel, isn't it?
No. Sneak peek of the Fast and Furious Drift ride.
So they are going to theme parks.
Okay, so step 1 is here, like this one, sneak peek of the Fast and Furious Drift. You do not want to focus on the construction people. Or, you don't want to focus on these people in the thumbnail. You want to focus on the ride.
Almost looks like they forgot to put a thumbnail up on that one.
Yeah, might have. But yeah, you want to make sure that you're focusing on imagery here for the ride. Same thing here. Try to focus on like real imagery from it, because this looks more like a cartoon or game or something like that. So you're creating a disconnect there in terms of being able to capture people's attention that care about what it is that you're talking about.
You're fixing washers. That's a disconnect.
Yeah, huge disconnect. But this is a year ago. So it looks like they are, 5 months, 2 weeks. Okay, yeah. And you need to get on some type of schedule too.
Are they making shorts?
So yeah, making sure that you're publishing on a regular basis is definitely something that I would do. If you are wanting to get known for something, get invited to events, things like that.
All right, they're doing
because
shorts.
if you're occasionally publishing, yeah, you're doing shorts. If you're occasionally publishing to your channel, then in that case, you're not being consistent for the people that are interacting with it. And that kind of lowers everything when it comes to your channel. So because of that.
So go ahead.
Go ahead.
Or while you're
Clear
drinking.
my-
Yeah. So you saw what we just had to go through trying to figure out what was going on with your channel. Even though you submitted in the form and told us what your channel was about,
Still had trouble, yeah.
we still had trouble figuring out what was going on with your channel. And part of that reasoning is the imagery that you're using and some of the things that the decisions that you've made. Everything from your profile picture to the imagery you have in your channel art to the name of your channel. I see with shorts, once you go through the shorts page, everything becomes more clear. You're talking about Universal Studios, right? That becomes clear. But when you over on the long form content side, you're kind of all over the place and nothing's really clear. I still thought it was going to be a gaming channel because of the imagery that you were choosing. So I think there's a big disconnect here in terms of how you're connecting to your ideal audience. So the first thing I would tell you, if you want to be invited to events and you want to build a community, is you need to get very clear on who it is you're making these videos for. And you need to understand the language that they're speaking, how they're looking for things, and the type of imagery that they're going to respond to. And if you're using comic book or AI generated imagery, that might not be the best thing for you.
Right.
If you're talking about theme parks, you should show the actual images from the theme parks themselves, right? You want to make that visual connection that somebody's going to have to the theme parks, to whatever happens at the theme parks. Not ChatGPT's idea of what this character might look like, but the actual things at the theme parks. It needs to be super, super clear. Yeah, that's the biggest thing right now for you.
Okay, so next up, we've got Ace in the Hole is the next channel. Hey, did your blinker go off by any chance?
It did.
It did?
It did.
Interesting. So it goes off in mod mode.
In what?
Mod mode.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It went off.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. I didn't know it went off in the other direction. Nice. Yeah, ChatGPT finished that up for me. It didn't turn out that great.
Oh.
So let's see here. So next up, we have Ace in the Hole. Ace in the Hole does bi-weekly content, but on YouTube for less than a year. They do...
You're showing that. I don't know if you meant to share your screen with that or not.
oops.
Okay.
Thank you. They do beginner personal finance content. The goal is to teach others. And the question is the beginner finance niche too small? So if you're teaching people about money, no, not at all. So a lot of people don't know much about like money and investments and like all that stuff. So no, it's definitely not too small. I think there's probably way more people there that are probably, getting into it, trying to figure out how to save money, what to do with their money, things like that. Instead of, people that are compared to people that are already, up to speed, they know everything, they've got everything, taken care of and don't have to worry about their future. Right. So yeah, because of that, yeah, you are perfectly fine. But one of the things that I would definitely do is I would make it clear that you are, helping people in some way with this. So for example, you have like Generations Compared who really had it better. So if you're helping people with finance or helping new people, personal finance chance for young adults, parents, and others, providing tips and educational content is your an education for those entering their financial journey, right? So this is your promise of your channel.
That's pretty broad.
And then we come down here and then we see that you are, that we're doing generations compared who really had it better. So this is definitely an opinion piece, which can be valuable, you know, for certain things. However, this isn't necessarily like helpful to anybody, right? So because of that, good for getting people to respond on the opinion piece so they can come in and kind of give their thoughts on it. That's good. But in terms of staying in alignment with the promise of the channel, you know, that one's off. Other things, I wouldn't have the border on here. I would make sure that you are focusing the imagery around financial things. Like here you have, you know, investing tools, so that's good. 100% free investing tools, you know, that's fine. One more thing also, just as a heads up, is for some of this, like the investment, this investment changed investing forever, ETF basics explained. Then you have like a cartoon over here. Because of the nature of what it is that you're providing, I would definitely try not to use like cartoons and, you know, things like that.
I agree.
Because you are talking about a serious subject matter that can be impactful, you know, in people's lives. And because of that, I would focus it on, you know, things that, you know, that will represent the video better, you know, and represent the topics better and not make them feel as, you know, light, so to speak. Yeah, so I would definitely use real imagery in your thumbnails instead of all the cartoon stuff that you're doing.
Yeah. And this is a creative choice that you're going to have to make, but
I'm not a huge fan of this font either, but go ahead, D.
Yeah, just in terms of who you're trying to reach, I mentioned this earlier, the personal finance channel for young adults, parents. Open it back up really quick.
Where? Oh, for the
young adults, parents, and others. If I were trying to, and you do it however you want to do it, right? You have the vision for what you want to do. But if I were trying to break into a market like this and really get my foot in the door, I would target
pick somebody.
I would target one of these groups that's not being served as much, and I would try to answer every possible problem that they could possibly have in a video. And each video would be framed around a particular problem that they have. So, and again, I don't know what's out there, but let's just say your entire channel was built around helping parents, new parents, right? You're drilling down to a specific type of person, and you're going to solve their problems for them. And what that's doing is that's creating a binge type channel to where someone that might be a new parent trying to figure out, great, we're new parents, we have this child, what are we going to do? How are we going to afford this? Is the kid going to go to university? How are we going to save to go to school? What about, there's a million questions new parents might have. How can we afford this, right? Tax benefits, whatever. The idea is if you can get them to your channel and you just get them watching one video and then get them watching the next video. And ideally, they just watch everything you upload in an ideal situation. And if you can drill down and make videos for a particular person and solve all of their problems, you're creating a situation and you're building a community around the channel to where you're building a community of just using parents, for example, new parents who are trying to figure out their finances and the best way to move forward, just as an example.
Yeah, and another thing too is when it comes to your content, your Dave Ramsey videos cause like a lift in here. So because of that, just as a heads up, the strategy when you're using other people's names like this, it's a great way to use something that's famous to bring attention to yourself.
Yep.
So since you are doing finance content and people already responded well to the Dave Ramsey thing, giving your opinions on different strategies from Dave Ramsey and that kind of thing. I mean, I wouldn't build the whole channel around it, but since people responded well to that, doing it again and saying, okay, so here is another thing from Dave Ramsey, and then you explain that thing to people or whatever, in a way that adds value to them, is definitely something to consider as well, because that's something that's already working out for you. And then right now, because of tax, because of tax season, which we're coming to the end of, but because of that, getting some of that content out, right now too, is definitely something to consider. But I love that you're doing like, CDs explained, top money tips, by family member, that's not super clear, but just like top money tips, that kind of stuff, I think is good. Stop wasting your tax refund on this. Yeah, these types of things are good. but I would definitely try to leverage, some of the finance gurus. I would definitely try to leverage them, a little bit more, and give your take on what it is that they're doing, and talk about, explain either what they're talking about or your idea that you think is better than the strategies that they're using. That kind of stuff is definitely something I would consider as well, because it's already proven to work, at least within the last 90 days on your YouTube channel.
I concur.
And D concurs, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's right.
So on that note, I do want to remind you, if you are a content creator who is, first, make sure I got a bunch of really helpful stuff for you guys down in the video description. I got browser extensions down there that are free. I got iPhone apps that are free. I've got some that you have to pay for too, but I've got those down there. I've got a bunch of other helpful stuff. We've got links to the waiting list for Tuber School down there, which is our school for YouTubers. So make sure you check that out too. Also, make sure that you check out our sponsor today, which is Opus Clip at opusclip.com. They help you repurpose your content so you can get the most reach out of all the videos that you make. You can find out more about them at opusclip.com or try Opus Now, either one. But basically, if you are a content creator and you're just getting started with all this, you're hitting walls, you're like, man, I'm just trying, I'm doing all the things, which is not working the way I want yet. Hang in there. You got this. YouTube is challenging. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of skills that you need to, develop if you've never done something like this before, or even if you have, but you're just not doing it all the time, you have to, just work on it. So just look at it just like anything else in terms of the learning curve, right? Just like if you play a new instrument, you got to learn everything about the instrument in order to, get proficient at that instrument. Same exact thing when it comes to YouTube. So hang in there. You got this. Have a great rest of your weekend. For those that celebrate Easter, happy Easter. Yeah. And have a great Easter as well. D, great stream.
Yeah, great stream. Happy Easter weekend, everybody.
Yep. And we will be here next Saturday also at 9 a.m. Eastern. So we will see you there. And yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.